canvas, our coffee's getting cold. We've got stories to tell and opinions to hold. From the headlines today to the games that we play, you never know where the conversation will stray. Brushstrokes, hot takes, colors and debates. Some topics are light, some carry more weight. No scripts, no filters, just saying what we think. One paint stroke at a time while the colors all ink. Welcome to the Paintcast, where the paint never dries and the conversations wander under colorful skies. From laughter to questions, from culture to art, grab a seat by the canvas and be part of the start. The Paintcast. The Paintcast. The Paintcast. Let's see where this goes.
Hey there, folks, and welcome back to another episode of the Paintcast. This is apparently Stu's deaf. Well, that's fine. We don't need him anyway. No, I'm just joking. How you guys doing? We're back with episode 15. So we've done 15 episodes so far. Just don't fight live? Well, that's no promises. But
Well, just to correct you, we've done 14 episodes so far.
well, this is episode 15.
This is our 15th one, but we've done 14 so far.
That's true. Yeah, I said that wrong, didn't I? All right.
By the way, just now when it was playing the song, Luis, were you able to hear that? Well, whoever else is here, because when you're talking right now, I hear you totally fine. But when the song was playing for me through the PlayStation, it was cutting out like constantly. And it could just be something with the PlayStation connection. Because I hear you talking now fine, which is weird. I don't get it. But Luis, did you hear the song okay? Do you hear me okay? I don't know. Hopefully he hears me. I hear the music just fine. Okay, good. All right. So it's just
Yes, I was hearing the music just fine, he said.
Could you invite
See,
me to share
again,
play, please?
I what? I already invited you to share play.
Yeah, okay. I just didn't see the invite.
He said he
How you
heard
doing?
he said he heard the song just fine.
Yeah, okay. What did you think of the song? Was it really good? It's
So
by the way,
hold on. So if you're having hold on, but if it's cutting out for you and he can hear it fine and I can hear it fine on my end, even when I replay the video, are you not thinking that this internet thing is your problem?
No, because the weird thing is, like I said,
Okay.
the chat I can hear you fine. It's only the song that was cutting out. I don't know why that was.
I don't know, man. That's
But regardless, what was that you said? Wasn't there something in the song about like we're gonna keep on stroking or something like that?
no.
It sounds a little bit like I don't
No.
know, like a little bit risque.
Yeah, okay. Smart ass. So if you want to know the lyrics, because I wrote the lyrics, I'll tell you the lyrics.
I heard something like you were to keep on stroking. So
No, I did not say anything about stroking. I mean, we can write that for the lyrics for your theme if you want. I got no problems.
What did you say then?
Give me a sec. I'll pull up. You definitely did.
You'll pull
All
up
right.
what, your pants? Come on, man. This is.
Yes. How did you know? No. So the lyrics are: paints on the canvas, coffee's getting cold. We've got stories to tell and opinions to hold. From the headlines today to the games that we play, You never know where the conversation will stray. Welcome to the Paintcast, where the paint never dries and the conversations wander under colorful skies. The Paintcast, let's see where this goes. Oh. The Paintcast, oh. Let's see where this goes. That's all it is.
That's it? Oh, okay. You're
Yeah.
oh. That's pretty. I'm impressed. I didn't know you had such good writing ability.
Actually, no, sorry. That version. That version I did a little bit more longer lyrics. So my bad. So let me. That's the old lyrics. Fucking, I'm so confused because I got all these fucking lyrics on my screen. So okay, so this is.
That the Gamers Grotto was a music composer. I didn't know that. We learned something.
Yes, I totally am a music composer. No, I can write lyrics, but I can't compose. No, God, no. That's why I use that's AI. That's done with Suno. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Some app that allows you put in the lyrics, it generates the music for you. But anyway, this is the lyrics that I wrote. Here we go, the proper ones for that song specifically. Paint's on the canvas, coffee's getting cold, we've got stories to tell and opinions to hold. From the headlines today to the games that we play, you never know where the conversation will stray. Brush strokes, hot takes, colors, and debate. Some topics are light, some carry more weight. No scripts, no filters, just saying what we think. One paint stroke at a time while the colors all link. Not stroking ourselves!
I thought you said one stroke at a time. I missed the paint part.
One paint stroke at a time while the colors all link. Welcome to the Paintcast, where the paint... Yeah, okay. Welcome to the Paintcast, where the paint never dries and the conversations wander under colorful skies. From laughter to questions, from culture to art, grab a seat by the canvas and listen to Stu fart. No, I'm just joking. And be part of the start.
I thought it should be like pull up a seat and lay a huge fart or something like that.
No.
It has to rhyme with fart.
Yeah, okay, all right. Anyway, let's get started. So tonight's Paintcast is not about farting, and Stu, believe it or not, tonight's Paintcast, we're going to be discussing about how a lot of AAA game companies are being shut down.
Really?
And, yes. So 3 off the top, that I'm kind of sad to see some of them go. Others, hit or miss. But, so Compulsion Games. Now, Compulsion Games, some of you, they only made one game so far, which, that's unfair, in my opinion, to shut down a company after one game. Like, you didn't even give them time to really, to cook, if you know the saying, cook, as a game developer. They've never really given, they made one game, and the game got a bunch of awards, and it did really well in sales, but apparently that's not enough for Microsoft. So they're shutting them down, and that's Compulsion Games. They made a game that I streamed on my channel called South of Midnight. Now, some of you who are regulars to my channel may remember that game. It was like stop-motion animated almost. Really cool action-adventure game. I loved the animation, the voice acting, the music. I thought it was a masterpiece.
That's what like took place like in Louisiana or whatever?
Yes, and apparently Microsoft doesn't like it, so that's that. And then there was also the other company is Ninja Theory. So Ninja Theory, for those who don't know, is responsible for the Devil May Cry games as well as the Senwa games. So Senwa's Sacrifice, Senwa's Saga, which were those like games where you play as this Viking woman who has schizophrenia. And I streamed those on...
You one of those recently too, didn't you?
I wouldn't say recently. It was last year. I need to stream it properly because I only started the stream and then I never went back to it, which is stupid on my part. I got distracted by other shit. So I might delete that stream and just start fresh and actually do a proper run of it because it's a really good game. And then finally, the one that hurts the most, Double Fine, is being shut down. Now, Double Fine, for those of you who don't know, is Tim Schafer's company. Once he... parted ways with LucasArts, he formed a new company called Double Fine. They were responsible for helping get the Sam & Max games on console, the newer Sam & Max games. They also were responsible for Psychonauts 1 and 2 coming to console, as well as the very first game they did under Double Fine was Brutal Legend back on the PS3.
Well, Broken Age, remember that?
Oh
Is that
yeah,
before?
Broken Age. Yeah, I forgot about Broken Age. I
Is that
actually have
before
that
Brutal
game.
Legend? Or after Brutal Legend?
No, Broken Age was way after.
Okay.
Yeah, Broken Age was on
Well,
PS4.
Psychonauts must have been the first game they did.
No, Psychonauts was under LucasArts, I thought.
No, that was a. Oh, I'm not sure now. Let's look it up. I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah,
a.
yeah, look it up, look it up.
Psychonauts. Psychonauts. Developed by Double Fine. Yes.
Oh, shit.
So Double
No,
Fine.
that does make sense. That does make sense because around the same time they did Costume Quest and everything. Costume Quest 1 and 2.
Yeah. Correct.
Fuck, I forgot how long they've been around for.
So the first game they published or developed rather was indeed Psychonauts. Brutal. So actually, Psychonauts 2005. Brutal Legend was 2009.
So hold on.
They
Look
made a
up
few games in
Costume.
between that, but they were all browser-based games.
What about Costume Quest then? When did that come
Costume
out?
Quest 2010, so that was right after Brutal Legend.
Okay. Costume Quest 1 or was that 2?
Costume Quest 1. 2, I think, was
Okay.
much, much later. Looks like 2014. Like, not that much later, but
So I
2014.
for those who don't know, I did stream Costume Quest last year at Halloween for the PS4. Costume Quest 2. Costume Quest 1 never came out on PS4. It was only a PS3 game, and I don't have it for PS3. And unfortunately, while the PS3 store stayed on a lot longer than it did in America, in Canada it stayed on a lot longer. And technically it is still around the PS store for PS3, but it only sells like a select few number of games, and most of them are Call of Duty games, and so a lot of the main
My
games.
issue with Double Fine. I'm just looking at their like full list of stuff. So
Hmm.
2005 Psychonauts. I'm not calling it everything. 2009 Brutal Legend. There's some stuff in between which they're probably getting the company going, whatever. 2010 Costume Quest. 2011 Stacking. Have you played that game?
Yes, I loved it.
Really fun game.
Yeah, I have it for
2011
PS3.
I have it for PC. 2011 Iron Brigade. 2011 also Sesame Street Once Upon a Monster, which I think was a Kinect game. And then there's The Cave in 2013, which was Ron Gilbert.
Yeah, I have that as well.
2014 Costume Quest 2 and also Broken Age. And then after that, there was a period, so that was like 12 years ago. So like the first, let's say 10 years of their life, really innovative studio. Then they spent a whole bunch of time where they did Grim Fandango Remastered, Day of the Tentacle Remastered, Full Throttle Remastered, I guess Double Fine Adventure, which is basically Broken Age again. And a couple of other things, like Massive Chalice was something which was 2015. It's like an RPG. I didn't play that one. Psychonauts and the Rhombus of Ruin, 2017.
Hmm.
2019 Knights and Bikes.
Did you ever
2021. I didn't play that, but I saw it. It looks interesting.
the Rhombus of Ruin? I mean,
Oh, I didn't play that either. 2021
Okay.
Psychonauts 2. 2025
Did
Keeper. 2026 Kiln. But I feel like they slowed down their
they
their
did.
creative
So
output.
the reason why they slowed down is because they ended up becoming a publisher for a lot of games, and because they became a publisher for a lot of games, they slowed down on producing a lot of games themselves. That's my understanding of it.
Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to look at this in terms of what they published.
Okay.
So they did publish some stuff. You're right. Postmaster 2, Quest for Identity, Drop Chord 140. Some of these actually they made too. I never heard of them in these games.
Yeah.
Gang Beasts.
Hey, I don't want to gang any beasts. I'm good.
Thoth.
Thoth. It was probably Thoth.
Well, Psychonauts and the Rhombus of Ruin they published also. They didn't develop that. It was developed by React Games apparently. Gnog, Kids, Knights and Bikes. They also didn't develop. They published it. I guess, yeah. My point is they sort of slowed down a little bit. Maybe just enough money, or who knows what. But the last 10 years, it's been a lot of sequels and re-releases,
Yeah.
and not the same type of creative output that I think they were founded originally for. So I'm not sure if there's anything to do with them being shut down. I'm not happy they're being shut down. In fact, Day of the Tentacle is my favorite game of all time.
Well, that's not really Double Fine now, is it?
Well, it's not, but it's Tim Schafer, and they did release Day of the Tentacle remastered,
They
even though
did.
they didn't develop that. I don't think they just
No,
did
it was LucasArts who was responsible
the
for that.
remastered. Yeah. So, but regardless, like and I liked a lot of the other stuff they put out. Like Brutal Legend, I don't think it was a great game, but it had amazing
The the
setting.
problem with Brutal Legend was that it didn't know what the hell it was.
Well, yeah.
And you would go into it and you'd be like, "Oh, okay, so it's an open world action adventure game. Cool." And then suddenly there's base building involved. And then suddenly there's like turn-based fighting, and then suddenly it just went all over the place. It was like what the hell is going on? It's like a bunch of stoners got together and were like, "Yo, man, let's make a game, but have it be like multiple categories, man."
I mean, the open
It's
world part was really good. The open world action adventure.
Oh
If they
no,
would
I
have
don't. I'm not shitting on the game. I absolutely
No,
love
I'm just
Brutal
saying, if they would have
Legend.
kept that game the way it was and not like changed the gameplay, like now or
Absolutely.
three,
And
it would have been
that's
really good.
what when I first got that game. I remember back in the day when I first got it, and I still fucking have my PS3 disc, by the way, for it. And I also have it for PS4 as well. Or no, wait, do I? Hold on. No, I have it on something else. I think I have it on Xbox. I don't know, but I have it on multiple consoles either way. But the game came out, and I remember buying it and really being excited about it. I'm like, oh, fucking Jack Black, and it's heavy metal, and I fucking, because I grew up with heavy metal shit. I listened to like Black Sabbath and all that shit, and I still do to this
Hmm.
day. And like all of that's in the game, and I was like, oh shit, Nazi's in it, and fucking Lemmy Kilmister and all that shit. I was like,
Dio,
what?
Dio was in it too, I think.
Yeah. And it was so fucking cool. And then I'm like playing it, I'm getting right into it, and then suddenly base building. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, that part got really boring.
I was
But
like, what the fuck is that?
by the way, in my opinion, the best part of the whole game was the intro. Like not the intro with like the main character, but more like the intro with Jack Black at the record store. Have you heard
I
that?
know what you're talking about. The main menu is what you're
Yeah,
talking about,
I
right?
thought that's so cool. The main
Pop
menu.
quiz. That's not actually Jack Black's hands, by the way, on the main menu.
What's his voice at least?
It's his voice. It's his voice. So Tim Schafer is the hands on the main menu. Yeah, and then Jack Black, because Jack Black talked about that. So Jack Black has a YouTube channel. In case you guys don't know, he
Oh, I didn't
streams a
know
lot
that.
of video games with his son and stuff like that. He's a big gamer, and he actually streamed an entire playthrough of Brutal Legend like a couple of months back, and
Oh, really?
yeah, and
What you do with the
he
YouTube
was
channel?
talking a bunch of behind the scenes about. He's like, fun fact, guys, those aren't my hands, and he's like telling everybody that they're Tim Schafer's hands, because that whole hand menu was done at the last possible fucking second. Tim Schafer's like, oh, let's make a menu like that.
It's the best part of the game too.
Oh, come on.
I just enjoyed the menu more than anything else. Not that the rest of the game was terrible, but I thought the menu was so clever.
The
I
menu
like
was
the fucking
clever, but when you think about it, Tim Schafer has always thought outside the box for a lot of his games, at
I
least
like
in
Tim
my
Schafer.
opinion. What?
I like Tim Schafer. I told you.
No, no, no. I'm
Day
not
of the Tentacle is
insulting
my
him. I'm
favorite
saying
game of all time.
that's it.
And
I'm
Full
saying
Throttle is also an amazing game.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. He thinks outside the box. That's a compliment. That's not an insult. I'm
Oh, I
saying that
know.
he
And I agree with
thinks.
you.
Yeah. He doesn't follow. This is the problem with most modern games. And correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of modern games follow this tried and true pattern. It's like, and this is what I hate. I hate game companies that go, oh look, Grand Theft Auto, it's doing really well. Well, let's make a Grand Theft Auto clone. It'll do well too. The logic and this, I see this more and more where game developers aren't making original content. They're just following this fucking pattern, and then they get all angry when their game fails. The proof of that is Saints Row. Saints Row. That game was literally a carbon copy clone of Grand Theft Auto, and then it failed miserably. And
I love 100% in Saints Row.
no, I'm talking about so Saints Row got a new game a couple of years ago. I think it was like last year, or year before, and it bombed so badly that the company shut down. They lost so much money off of this game, and it's exactly like the original.
Even the first game was very derivative. I mean, it was. I
Well,
played
they're
it.
just clones of Grand Theft Auto, and you know damn well that those developers sat down and said, "Oh, well, if Grand Theft Auto can do it, so can we." And you know how many game companies that are like Grand Theft Auto didn't last? I can list two right now: Saints Row, Watch Dogs. Those two tried to be like Grand Theft Auto, and both failed.
A little different though. It had
Watch Dogs did incredibly poorly. Their last game, Watch Dogs Legion.
Poorly, but I'm saying it wasn't a clone of Grand Theft Auto. It had like a separate.
No, it had very similar elements, but the only thing that they changed was the ability to hack things, so you could like hack the cops, and that is good. I will admit, Watch Dogs 2, one of my favorite open world games. But the problem is that they just relied on it constantly. And then they released Watch Dogs Legion, which is like, oh, suddenly you don't recruit people. Suddenly you can play as every fucking NPC in the game. It's like, what? That sounds really, really ambitious, but it also sounds really stupid. And
I agree with your general premise, which is that there's way too much copying of other ideas, and there's very. By the way, this is one of the reasons why I like retro games so much, because
they don't copy.
Right. It didn't cost a lot of money to make the game, so they just like took a chance. Like, this is freaking weird.
Absolutely, I agree 100%. That's if I didn't like retro games, I wouldn't have like fucking the Atari collection and stuff like that, right? If I didn't give a shit about that kind of yes, I do stream a lot of modern games, but that's that. So there's a reason for that. First of all, I still am having trouble with streaming on my PC. Otherwise, I'd be streaming a lot of classic point and click adventure games. But the other thing is, I don't want to take away from you either. So I don't want to be like, oh well. Because that's stupid. I advertise you on my channel all the time, and I'm not going to be like, well, suddenly taking away from your shit. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, now I'm going to start streaming Atari games. So like, well, why would I do that? That's stupid. Yeah, and so I leave that to you. And so if people say, oh, well, have you ever played this old classic game? I said no, but go over to Stu's Game Reviews. He probably has. If I ever
play the more recent games, not because I don't want to, like I do, but I always feel like they're adequately covered. And like,
it's not just that, but you've made a niche. I wouldn't say you've made a when you start. The thing is, if you're a live streamer and you,
Louis said you can stream Stu games, Grotto. You don't like them, LOL. Which is not always true, but
that's not true. There's been many games.
I don't like a lot of them either, to be fair.
There's been a lot of games he streams that I actually do like.
Yeah, it's something you do and something you don't.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag. I actually still go back to old. So I have on my channel I have a folder in my playlist section for all the games that I've streamed with Stu since I started. And I still go back and rewatch some of them because I find them fun. I find them enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, and I watch some of my old stuff, some of your old stuff too. So
yeah,
especially when I'm trying to like remember what the hell a game is, I'll go back. I mean, part of the reason I like streaming like obscure stuff is because like
I'll never forget when I didn't have problems with streaming on my PC and everything ran fine, and I streamed this one game. It was an FMV game. And I think you were this was when I first started, and you were one of the only ones that joined, I think, because I didn't know Lewis or anyone back then. It was just like you guys, and like you and Scott McAfee and whatnot. And I streamed this FMV game, and it was such a convoluted story. It was like an indie FMV game, and it dealt with COVID-19. Do you remember that? And there's a scene in the game where this girl literally says, well, in Japan or something like that, she says, we've developed a cure for COVID-19. And I paused the game and I said, yeah, it's called execution. And as soon as I said that, you just could not stop laughing. You were like dying of laughter.
Oh gosh. I don't remember that actually. It's pretty funny. But
Yeah.
I also streamed like an FMV game that was like sort of about COVID-19. It was not exactly, but it was that game that was called Long Distance Coughing. Do you remember that? Do you remember this or
What?
no? Do you remember the name
Wait,
laughing?
isn't this the one that was made by trolls?
Yes.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yes. He was the main character, and he did like ridiculous voice acting. He was like, it's like, what is it? Like, what do you want? Like, it was like this character was so freaking annoying, but it was a weird game that made no sense, but it was funny because it was from those FMV. It had some nice gags, and then like
What
your
did he say?
wife.
You made him sound like Seinfeld.
It was more exaggerated than that. His
Oh.
wife, your wife in the game is a psycho, and if you do the wrong thing, she comes and she like hacks you up in first person, like she like stabs you to death. It was a really weird game, but it was entertaining to play. But yeah, it was like it wasn't like
What is the
about
premise of that?
the premise is that like your wife is a doctor, like a bacteriologist, and she only is with you because she thinks you have some rare disease that she wants to study, but it turns out you're really a hypochondriac. You don't have any diseases at all. And like you find out her ex, she killed him because he was a hypochondriac.
This sounds insane. Did Trolls make this?
A bunch of people must have made it. I don't know who actually did the programming, but Trolls was like the main character's voice. I think he made it also. The
I
really
was gonna
funny thing
say,
about
did he write the script?
I think he probably did. The only really funny thing about the
Okay.
game, except it was the part you get killed, and also in the very, very, very beginning, it looks like it's like interlaced video, like in like Gabriel Knight 2 or whatever else, and the little blurry and whatever, and then like a fist comes and like pounds on the top of the screen, and then it clears up and it becomes like perfect quality. I thought that was an amazing gag because when I
That is
started playing
good.
the
That
game,
is good.
I thought it was going to be like just crappy video, and then it turned out it was just a joke. So anyway, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I think we both have pretty extensive quote unquote back catalogs at this point.
Oh yes, that sounds like a game I would play actually. I do like Trolls. There's been a few times where I've actually gone on his channel and corrected him on things because so the one day I remember he was streaming Police Quest 4, and then when he was streaming it he opened up the directory and he found all these pictures, and he couldn't figure out what the pictures were. Like they were of galaxies and stuff like that. And he's like, "Well, what the hell does this have to do with Police Quest 4?" Because they were on the disc, right? And I said, "Trolls, come on, man, you don't know what that is?" He's like, "No, I actually don't." And I said, "It's for the arcade that you play in Police Quest 4. There's an arcade that you can play, and it's a parody of Asteroids, the game Asteroids, and that's what it is. Those are all the backdrops for that
Mm,
arcade game." And he didn't even
uh,
realize. He's like, "Oh my god, I didn't even know you could play the arcade game." I'm like, "Yeah, man."
by the way, speaking of trolls, I don't think
He's
I
a good
mentioned
dude.
this.
I like him.
I don't think I mentioned this on the podcast before, but I was asked to join the Adventure Game Hotspot Network.
Yeah.
Did I mention this to you? I think I did.
Yeah, multiple times. You also mentioned it on your channel as well.
I mentioned it on my channel a few times. Listen. I want to, if they're asking me to participate in something, I want to at least mention it and give them a shout out because I'm not making videos all the time that have like a little twinkle that go like, dee-dee-dee. Like I'm not doing that. So I figured at least I should mention it. But since we were talking about trolls, yeah, Adventure Game Hotspot asked me to do their thing, and I don't really know at this point exactly what it involves, but there's cool people that are part of that thing, including Adventure Game Geek, who I've collaborated with a bunch of times, including our mutual friend Joshua from Adventure Game Hotspot, and also including Trolls, aka the Space Quest Historian,
Hmm.
among a bunch of other interesting people. So
Conversations with Curtis is on there too.
I think he's not anymore, actually.
What?
I think he was, yeah, he's not on there anymore.
Oh.
I don't want to say anything else about that, but my understanding is he's not part of it anymore. But it has like,
But that doesn't make any sense considering he still promotes it on his channel, though.
oh, does he? I don't know. That's interesting. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but more than likely I do. Um, One Short Eye is on it. He does lots of interesting videos. He was like he did a panel of like he did a speed run panel of one of the Sierra games at the Adventure Game
I
Hotspot convention.
I still don't understand why.
And the Classic Gamers Gold podcast also, I
I
believe.
don't want to say anything. I don't want to burn bridges or say anything too bad, but I don't understand why Conversations with Curtis is still partnered with Daniel Albu. I don't.
I don't know either, but I think that has maybe something to do with what I said before. But I don't,
Yeah, I know that guy
I'm not the
is
person that's
that.
going to say anything about
I
it.
gotta be honest. I find that guy incredibly arrogant and smug, and I feel like Conversations with Curtis would have done better had they not partnered with him.
I don't even know like what that guy brings to the table. Like, why did they partner them to begin with? Like, does he
Uh,
just like run the
s-
channel when they're busy or something?
um, my understanding from when I initially followed Conversations with Curtis was because Paul Stetler, the host, doesn't know anything about technology. So Daniel was behind the scenes, kind of running the channel for him, and then he decided, well, why don't you be my partner since you run the channel anyway? That's my understanding of it.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. But
But
yeah, I don't know.
what I do notice is that nowadays I don't even see that guy on Conversations with Curtis anymore. Like he's not. It's mostly just Paul Stetler, and he also has on the lead actress from Phantasmagoria, the one who played Adrian. She's always on too. So it's just them both playing video games together, and I barely ever see Daniel on there. And so I'm thinking to myself, well, what's happened there now? As I guess he's moved on from. I don't fucking. None of it makes. It's just so weird. The entire way that they're running that is just off to me.
Well, you know, I just have a thing with this in general too. Like, do you watch ever The Angry Video Game Nerd? Have you watched it? I mean, it's not worth really watching. It's not
Not
so much worth
not the
watching.
new stuff because I it's just shit. But I've watched the original stuff.
But have you seen like in the last 10 years they got like Screenwave Media to come in and there's people from there like that like have been involved in the channel like Justin and other people like they seem like I mean they may or may not be nice people, I don't know them, but my point is like these guys like come and all of a sudden they're on camera on the channel and then it's like they act as if like they're just as cool and interesting as like James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd. And it's like nobody's watching this channel for you. They're watching it for him. You guys want to be
Yeah.
here in the background or even in the foreground, like be there, but be humble about it and be like really like lucky that we have a chance to work with this guy and he's willing to partner with us or whatever. Not like, oh yeah, like and I'm so freaking cool because I work with James Rolfe, and that's like the vibe that I feel like sometimes it's given off, and I'm not trying to pick on them specifically, but same thing with like this, conversation with Curtis. Like if I was that guy Daniel, I'd be like, wow, like I really, I really got lucky to be able to do this gig. Like it could have been any schmuck, but they asked, they agreed to do it with me, and I wouldn't get full of myself about it. But I think sometimes people that are in these positions, they start to think like, oh my God, I'm so freaking amazing, and that's
I
why.
think, but I don't think that's due to one specific person. I think that a lot of the times that's human nature. Is that when
Probably,
you,
that's what I'm saying. I agree.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not one person.
yeah. It's when you are partnered with somebody who. Now think of it from this perspective. In the case of Daniel and Paul Stetler, so Daniel grew up like many of us playing Sierra games, right? Do you think ever in a million years he would have thought that he would ever be partnered with somebody from one of the games he played? The lead
Probably not.
actor from one of the games he played. No, of course he wouldn't. So, and then when it actually happened, he probably let that success or that it got to his head, as it would to most anybody. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Say like as an example, like suddenly I partnered with fucking or heaven forbid I did a live stream with fucking Jack Black. You don't think for a moment that I wouldn't be like, "Oh, dude, like you know what I mean?" I feel like a lot of people, when they end up partnering with somebody big, they kind of let that go to their head. Like, I mean, it's just, I don't want to say it's human nature, but it's very common. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. And I agree. I don't. I know it is human nature, but it's not my nature.
No,
So,
nor mine, nor mine. Uh, and I always said that, and I always said that if this channel ever got really big, and I got like a lot of subscribers and everything, I still would remember the original subscribers and everything. And I still want to find a way to, like, if my live chat got really big and stuff like that, I'd still want to find a way so that I could respond to everybody in the live chat, because I feel like that's very important too. I don't like YouTubers who like have this live chat up and then completely ignore it while they're gaming or whatever, and don't even respond to anybody, even when they're being asked questions. And I notice it more and more that a lot of content creators kind of ignore their live chat. And I don't want to be that kind of a person, because everybody matters on my channel, except for Stu's Game Reviews. No, I'm just... No, everybody matters on my channel. And it's important for you guys to have have a voice and to be able to say whatever, and then within reason, of course. And then I'll respond to it. And I do notice that there are, now that's not every YouTuber that's become successful, because I've been on, so there's this YouTuber that I watch called, it's a Canadian series. So there was a Canadian show back in the 90s, early 2000s, called Electric Playground. It was a Canadian TV show. It was on, I think, Sci-Fi TV or something like that. But and it was just a show hosted by Victor Lucas and Tommy Tallarico, and it was all shot in Canada, Canadian series, and they got together and reviewed the latest video games. And they also interviewed game developers on upcoming games and that kind of stuff. And so that show ran for many, 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 many years. And then it got taken off the air because I guess they were having trouble with other networks picking it up. The one network got rid of it, and they were trying to go on with other networks, and they couldn't, or something like that. And so Vic Lucas, who was the creator of the show, ended up just going to YouTube. And he still has the show on YouTube. He does it daily. There's a new episode that he airs daily, and it's all live. So there was a live chat and everything, but he films it like he did the TV series. It's very professionally done, and I did notice that he's got billions of subscribers and everything, but he still responds to each individual person in the live chat. Like, he's responded to my comments plenty of times in the live chat, and I'm not the only one in those live chats. And there's billions of people in there, and he still takes the time to go through the live chat while gaming, and pick out people's questions and answer them. And so
that's awesome.
that is awesome. And people like that, I have the most tremendous respect for. And actually, Victor Lucas, there's a Canadian Game Awards that happened, I want to say like last month, and or beginning of this month or something like that. And Victor Lucas won an award for oh Jesus, I'm gonna have to look this up actually. Give me a sec. I don't remember the exact award. I'm gonna look this up. I'll tell you the exact award here. But he won an award, and I thought to myself, that couldn't have gone to a nicer and more deserving person. Honestly. I thought to myself, about fucking time. That's all I really thought. About fucking time. Victor Lucas recently won the Game Changer Award at the Canadian Game Awards, held on May 21st, 2026. This award recognizes his significant impact on the gaming industry and his role in shaping its culture and visibility. And it was you should look it up on YouTube. It's because they have the entire award show live, and there's the clip of him winning the award as well you can look up. It was
Awesome.
very emotional. It was very emotional for him because they brought him up on stage and then they had like a giant screen behind him and he turned and looked at the screen and it was all these people in the industry. And I'm not talking like little people. I'm talking about like Cliff Bleszinski and a whole bunch of others and saying how much of an amazing human being this man is. And it's like everybody had such nice things to say about him, and they're like big names in the gaming industry and everything. Tommy Tallarico was there as well, and there was like so many people that he worked with or that he interviewed and stuff like that who had nothing but positive things to say about him. And it got him so emotional. He just like broke down and started bawling his eyes out on stage because he was not expecting that, that
Wow,
kind of, yeah.
that's crazy. But yeah, I just don't. I really appreciate our. I almost said our industry. It's not our industry. The gaming
The
industry,
industry. I know what you meant.
because they're, for the most part, people are very humble. There are a
Absolutely.
few jackasses, obviously, but for the most part, people are very humble, and they're just a lot of down to earth, really nice, cool
So
people.
here's how I see it. I see that the game industry itself, the developers, the programmers, the artists, the musicians, the voice actors, they're very humble and very polite. The problem is the gamers. The gamers are not. The gamers go out of their way to make people's lives miserable.
We
And
talked about this last time. I mean, the gamers can be difficult for sure,
no,
but
they are most definitely. They not can be, they are. And
but
it's
not everybody. It's just the noisy ones that the ones that
And
the young,
unfortunately,
probably
yes,
very
but
young people.
unfortunately, the noisy ones are the ones that are heard the loudest. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean that's always how it is. It's like every topic we talk about, like we talked about racism and whatever else, and it's always the loudest people. That
Yeah.
reminds me of I was talking to a friend of mine who was at my house a couple days ago,
hmm
and I was telling him that like I never post anything on Facebook ever, but I did post something the other day,
hmm
basically saying that I'm just really upset about all the racism and anti-Semitism in
Absolutely.
the world or whatever.
Absolutely.
And then there was somebody that responded, this guy that I know, a YouTuber, but I'm not friends with this guy. I just know him, and he responded and said like, but I've read that in Israel there are Jewish people that spit on Christians because they hate Christians or something.
What?
And I was like, well, if people do that, then they're pieces of fucking shit, and like fuck those people too. You know what I mean? Like, but I said I think that's a very, 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 very small minority of the population. It's not like an average person.
Where
So
did
it's
he
certainly
hear
not.
that? I've never heard that in a day in my life. Where did he
Well,
get that information?
I heard this one time from somebody else, and then the person sent me a video, a clip of like there were some kids, like some 10-year-old kids who did this, and like they were saying, "Oh yeah, like we don't like you, whatever." And so when I was talking to my friend who was at my house the other day, he was like, "That would be like if like somebody took like clips of like the KKK and like neo Nazis, things like that, like from like across like whatever period of time, and they made a film out of it and presented as like this is the average person in the U.S. how they think,
Yeah.
and it's not
It's
representative of
fake.
reality.
Yeah. And plus you don't even know if that was scripted or what. You know what I mean? That's the other thing.
That's true too. I mean, I doubt it was scripted. I think it's just there are some uneducated there are some uneducated
You can
assholes in
swear
the
on
world.
here. It's fine. You can
I
swear
know.
on here.
There are some uneducated assholes in the world, and like, there's always like gonna be some people like that and some racists, and those people like we should denounce them regardless of if it's people that we know or people that we don't know or whatever. Like, there's always gonna be some people like that, but you can't like make a like you may have a next. I remember like when I lived in Brooklyn, New York,
hmm
we had these next door not next door neighbors like neighbors like three houses down from us, which like first of all their house looked like it needed to be condemned. It was like such a piece of crap house, like worse than all the houses on the block. Second of all, like they had pets, dogs, and like the dogs were like always crapping on like everyone else's lawns. They never like took care of the dogs or anything. Third of
Okay.
all, when they ever came out of their house, they were like always like screaming and cursing at the top of their lungs, like "F yeah!" Like if I looked at
What?
those people and I was like, everybody like in like Brooklyn is like these people, like if that's the conclusion I would have drawn, I would have been, I mean, not that far off. I'm just kidding. It would have been an incorrect conclusion, is my point. But people
Yeah.
look at like one example of a group and they're like, oh, everybody must. I mean, like that's just a stupid thing. I don't know. I just but anyway, my point is about the gamers. Unfortunately, I'm sure there are a lot of gamers who are like really, but I meet gamers all the time of different ages, and they seem like good people. But the ones who are the noisiest are the ones that get the attention, unfortunately.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not saying that all gamers are pieces of shit. I would never say that because I hang around with gamers on my channel and on your channel. Obviously, they're not pieces of shit. But I mean, the ones who are the loudest are the ones who are the pieces of shit. There is now a petition on. See, this is the problem: is that gamers don't understand how finances work, how financial. They're gamers. They're not. They're not owning a multi-million-dollar company. They're not. They don't own anything. They probably still live in their parents' basement, majority of them, and they seem to think that they're wise beyond their days. Like they know everything about the economy. They know everything about everything. And so a lot of gamers decided that they would start a petition for Microsoft to remove every single Xbox game off of PlayStation. What game menu are we talking about? What do you mean?
Oh, we're talking. He must be really far like behind. We're talking about Brutal Legend. He must be super far behind.
You might want to hit. You might want to hit.
Vincent.
Yeah, you might want to hit live there, Pirate Gamer Boy.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's fine.
Well, let me try to answer your question though. What were you asking?
No, he was asking about Brutal Legend. We talked about the game menu, remember?
Oh, yes, there was a game menu where Jack Black's hands, quote unquote, they were actually Tim Schafer's hands, but were on the main menu, and when you interacted with the main menu, he would poke on the main menu and stuff. It was very creative. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, so a lot of these gamers decided to start a petition to remove every single Xbox game from PlayStation. And they're like, well, this is why Xbox is failing, because they're releasing their games on PlayStation. No, that's what's keeping them afloat. Xbox is releasing games on PlayStation to make money for themselves. Gamers don't see it that way. The gamers are like, no, they're traitors.
Well, they're not traitors, obviously, but the problem is, if you're Microsoft, okay, forget Microsoft, if I'm a gamer and I have a choice to buy a PlayStation or an Xbox, and I'm like, well, if I get a PlayStation, I can get all these exclusive games that I want to play, like Uncharted or Spider-Man or whatever the hell it is, And if I want to play an Xbox game, like they're all available on their platform anyway. Like, what's the point of me buying an Xbox Series X or Series S? Like,
okay, do you want my opinion on a console exclusivity?
You don't like it.
2 words. Fuck it. Fuck
I know,
it.
but if Sony's going to do it and Microsoft does not, it hurts Microsoft.
Okay, and that's let me bring that around full circle, because I'm also angry at Sony, because Sony did something equally stupid. And what Sony did, now I don't really fucking care. It doesn't affect me, but I still care enough that it happened. Sony removed all of their games off of Steam. So, like, a lot of people were, like, excited to play Spider-Man 2 on Steam. Wolverine, the upcoming Wolverine game, which is going to be coming, which was originally supposed to be coming on Steam. But then Sony just decided one day, nope, we're removing every single one of our games from from Steam store, and if you don't like it, get a fucking PS5. And I thought to myself, well, that's stupid. That's so stupid. I mean, why can't we just have no console exclusivity? Why can't we just have, well, I can only afford this console, so I'm going to get that, and then any game that releases, I'll still be able to play it on that console. Why? The console exclusivity has been a thing for so fucking long. Get rid of it. It doesn't need to be a thing.
Well, that's the thing. If you're gonna be like Sega, stopped making hardware like a long time ago. The Dreamcast was the last one, and they just sell their stuff. They put it on multi platforms, and they had a lot of stuff on Nintendo for a while, but now it's pretty much multi platform whatever they release. So great. But if you're trying to make hardware and you don't like have exclusives, then there's no point in buying your hardware. So they should just get out of the hardware game in that case and just make software, which would be fine with me. But like that's not what they're trying to do.
So another thing I want to quickly mention, now that you've said that, is I've been reading. Now I don't know if this is true. This is what it has been being said in the gaming industry, is that Microsoft is planning on selling Xbox to a separate entity and get it out of their hands completely, because apparently Xbox has been nothing but trouble for Microsoft, and so
Well,
Microsoft, huh?
that may be the case, but this is also what I'm saying. Like Microsoft has not ever committed really to.
No, they
I mean,
really haven't.
I mean, they've obviously been doing Xbox since what 2001 or something, so it's been
I
quite
don't
some time,
remember.
something like
Sell,
that.
sell it to Stu. I'm
Yeah,
sure
Stu doesn't
Stu
have
wants
enough money.
that.
Stu doesn't
Yeah.
have money to buy that. But even if he
No.
did, you're right. Stu wouldn't want it because
No.
I don't think that brand is worth. They've sort of rode it into the ground. Like
Yeah.
even like Xbox, the original Xbox had a lot of exclusives. Like for example, Shenmue 2 was an exclusive in the U.S. to Xbox. In Europe, it was on Dreamcast. It was a U.S. exclusive. They had like a bunch of Dead or Alive games. They had like a Toe Jam and Earl game. They had not
So
all of
can
the
I
great
can I
exclusives.
correct
And
you
Halo,
with something?
obviously.
You said that Shenmue was a Xbox.
Shenmue 2 was an Xbox
Yeah,
exclusive in the
Shenmue
U.S.
2, not
That's what I
Shenmue
said.
1 though.
Shenmue 2. Shenmue 1 was on Dreamcast. Shenmue 2, I meant to say
Yeah.
Shenmue 2. Maybe I said Shenmue. Shenmue 2 was an Xbox exclusive in the US. They obviously had Halo, whatever. Then you get to Xbox 360. There's still some exclusives. Pirate Game Voice, as I said, Shenmue 2. There's still some exclusives on Xbox 360. There's some of the Halo games. There was Saints Row, was an Xbox 360 exclusive. There was a few other ones. Then you get to Xbox One. There was like almost no exclusives at all on Xbox One already. There was Rare
Yeah, there's
Replay.
very few.
I bought Xbox One only to play Rare Replay. That's pretty sad because those were all retro games.
Do you know what? I did the exact same freaking thing.
Well, it's pretty sad. And then Xbox Series S X, I didn't
Yeah.
bother to buy at all because there was no reason to buy it. And yeah, that's the thing. It's like they've run it into the ground by not having these. And it's supposedly they bought these studios so they can have first party exclusives. But then like every 5 minutes they change their strategy, and it's like, oh yeah, we're not do that anymore. Let's shut them down. Let's release
So
multi-platform.
their
Let's put it on
latest thing,
PC. Let's not put it on PC.
yeah.
It's like
So
they make up their freaking minds.
their latest thing is to shut down all of those companies, and Asha Sharma is planning on getting rid of putting the games on PlayStation completely, and she is now planning on making all the games exclusive. So this is the dumb part: is the developers of the upcoming Gears of War game, the new one, Gears of War E-Day, I think it's called, were in the process or already heavily. I mean, the game was almost done. The game's done basically for Xbox, and the game I think it was in the final stages for PS5 because they're supposed to both release at the same time. And Asha Sharma literally contacted the developers and said, "No, it is not coming on PlayStation. Get rid of it. Break it. Do whatever you have to do." What?
What's in your Indian accent?
She's East Indian.
I know that. But like, what's the point of imitating it?
I just like doing impressions. You should know that by now.
I
It's
do.
not me trying to be racist. I just like doing impressions. But no, that's what she was doing. She was like telling them to destroy the PS5 version because it's only going to be exclusive on Xbox. Like, what? Shouldn't you have said that from the beginning?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They can't like sort of keep their strategy straight. So that's the
No.
problem. It's been a problem for a long time, honestly. And yeah, I don't think that they. I think that they're sort of doomed at this point.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, no, oh, absolutely, they're doomed. I don't think they're going to be around another generation. a lot of gamers are like, oh man, the new Xbox that's coming out in a few years is gonna blow away the PS6. And I'm like, okay,
I mean, originally, like that was the selling point of the original Xbox was that
yeah,
the hardware was supposed to be more powerful than anything else.
uh
However,
huh,
no, that was the selling point. But now like with hindsight, it basically really depends a lot on what the game was optimized for. Because there are a lot of GameCube games that like look really nice, even better than the Xbox version, because they did a really good job optimizing it for the GameCube hardware. There are PS2 games that look better. Um, yeah, it is more powerful, but it doesn't That doesn't mean that the games are necessarily better or even look better. It depends. The other problem with the original Xbox, and this is maybe like something that you know most people don't care about, but I definitely do, is that they released the discs were these
I
not
so
BD-ROM. That was BD-ROM. I think that's what they called it. The Dreamcast like GD-ROM or something. It's some kind of disc format that doesn't play like in any normal CD player or DVD player or anything like that. As opposed to PS2, which used like standard
DVDs,
DVDs.
yes,
And even the GameCube, they had these little small DVDs, but they still could play at a regular drive. Yeah, it was based on PC hardware, but they tried really hard to make it inoperable with PCs. The discs don't read, so even today, like Xbox emulation is like far behind. Like basically GameCube emulation, PS2 emulation is pretty much figured out. It's mostly solved. Xbox
yeah.
emulation is not done, and even when they made the Xbox 360 and they wanted to do backwards compatibility, like they had to do every game individually. They couldn't get most of the games to
Yeah, they
work.
had to reprogram each game individually for backwards compatibility. It was so
Right.
insane. Yeah.
So that the extra processing power, whatever, came at a huge cost. I mean, I think it
Hmm.
wasn't power wasn't the issue. It was that they made some design choices to try to prevent piracy or whatever. But like all it is made sure that like the Xbox games like are relegated to history as opposed
Ta-
to being like evergreen like the PS games are.
Talking about software emulation, though, for older games, I have to say that PlayStation's emulator for PS1 and PS2 games on PS5 is fucking insane. The emulator they're using, the program they're using, all the settings you can tweak on it and everything, fucking awesome, man. I have a few emulated PS1 and PS2 games on my PS5. And dude, the settings on the emulator they're using that you can tweak with and mess around with, it's so fucking cool. I love it. I think the new emulator they made for PlayStation is so sick. It's so
That's
cool.
awesome.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, Nintendo has really good emulation also. You don't have a Switch, do you?
I had one. My ex stole it.
Oh, that sucks. Um, Could they make Fox Hunt look like you're watching the original film?
Yeah.
I mean,
So
probably AI can do that.
so Fox
What's that
any
thing called? DS something or other. You ever
so the
talking
cool
about?
the a lot of uh indie game designers and whatnot are doing this kind of illegally, I guess, because it's not exactly legal. But a lot of people are taking like taking the video files from old games like Wing Commander, Star Trek Borg, all those different games, and using AI to max the resolution of the video quality to 4K, and it looks amazing. And it
What do you
doesn't
think
look
about
like
that?
it doesn't look like crap ass AI where like distorted faces or anything like that. It looks really fucking good. Oh no, I
What do
love
you
it.
think about
I
that?
love it. Have you seen Star Trek Borg in 4K? Oh my god, it's
No, I haven't.
stunning. I'll send you some videos after the stream.
I saw a YouTube video recently that said it was like Star Trek Klingon upscale to 4K. But I didn't click on it. I didn't watch it. I don't know. I think the idea is cool. But I want them to like I don't know. I
So
guess like
the
I'd
um
rather be the original footage and not like AI upscaling. I don't know. I can't start to explain. I'm a purist, I guess.
no, it's still the original footage. You'd have to see it. It's not really changed. If you put them side by side, the only difference is that one's very pixely, the other was not. Um, I think what they've done, from my understanding, is they took the Japanese DVD footage, and then upscaled that to 4K. And that's what they did. For Star Trek Borg, I mean, for Star Trek Borg. Now,
Isn't the DVD footage good enough though? Like, does it really need to be upscaled further?
no, it wasn't that good. I have the DVD.
What was it filmed in? Was it filmed in like Blu-ray? Like what? Okay, this is what. Okay, if they're gonna do this, fucking do it for like Deep Space Nine. Like, why don't they upscale Deep
This
Space
wasn't.
Nine?
No. Hold on. Now, I agree with you. I want to explain something though. I think you're getting confused. This was not done by a company. This was done by a fan. This was done.
That's what I want the fan to do. Upscale like some actual shows that I'll watch.
Okay. The problem. Now that would be cool, but the problem with that is, you know as well as I do. At least I think you know that CBS are fucking tyrants. They are not a nice company. They will literally go out of their way to issue fans a cease and desist for even making Star Trek themed stories. Fan stories. They have literally gone to fans on their websites who've made like Star Trek fan fiction and said, shut this down or else we're taking you to court.
So why aren't they shutting down like Star Trek Klingon then? They don't care if it's a game.
Well, that's in the past. I don't. What do you mean? The upscale of Star Trek Klingon?
Upscale. Yeah.
I don't think that's being sold to the general public, though. I think that's just something somebody made online for YouTube and shared it. I don't think it's. Here's the legalities behind it. If you're okay, let's look at it this way. Look at the thumbnails I make. You notice how there's always like video game characters in my thumbnails and stuff like that. Now, do you know why I haven't been offered a cease and desist from YouTube yet? It's because
the FBI was calling me the other day to ask about you. I was
oh yeah,
I don't. Yeah, they said because you're in Canada that they can't really get you, but
oh yeah,
they were trying to like see if they can monitor your movements. So if you were left the country, they can snatch you or something like that.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing I'm never planning on going to America.
America, they can snatch you from anywhere, but
anyway. I know. Anyway, Stu has his connections. Hey, let me tell you something, Pirate Gamer Boy. Oh, I got my connections too. All right. Anyway, so what I was saying was, so in terms of the thumbnails and stuff like that, and the same applies for other mediums as well. But unless you're actually physically selling that medium, like other people we know, then they can't go after you because you're not making money off of that medium. If it's something you're doing for fun and not planning to sell, and it's something you're keeping to yourself, that's not going to fly in court if they decide to take you to court. That's going to get thrown out. And so in regards to the thumbnails and stuff like that, when I remember when I first started designing them, and you're like, aren't you worried you're going to get a cease and desist? I said, no, not really, because I went through the terms of service of YouTube and everything, and I've seen other YouTubers do it as well, where they just make thumbnails with the video game characters and not actually screenshots, but actually their own shit. Now, granted, mine are a lot more cinematic than most YouTubers, because I put a lot more effort into it. And I wanted to make it. I want them to feel cinematic, and I want them to feel funny. And you notice, like as an example, my Bond ones for the Bond game, I made them silly and over the top and dumb and stupid because that's my sense of humor. And I didn't want them to be like generic screenshots. Now, granted, a lot of the backgrounds are literally screenshots from the game, and then I just tweak it and modify it. And your share screen ended. I will add it back in a sec. And then I just put it all together. And the whole reason why YouTube is not going after me because of that is because it falls under fair use. Where it would not is if I then did all that and then said, oh, but you guys want a copy of this? I can make it into a poster for you. Do you want a poster? I can do a poster. That's where the legal issues come in. And I found that, hold on, let me finish. I found this actually really funny because I'm partnered now, right? I'm partnered with Dubby. And I was on the forums, which is for partnership only. It's a Discord forum, but it's locked out to the general public. It's only available for people who are sponsored or partnered with Dubby. And there's a bunch of...
You're partnered with the house elf from Harry Potter?
Okay. But anyway, smartass. But anyway, so I was in there the other day, and the CEO was in there. I was telling Stu about this the other day, actually. The CEO joined, which he barely joins that Discord. He's in there. I guess he monitors it more than anything. But he joined, and because...
man, while you're talking.
He joined, and somebody in there said, hey, I want to make some Dubby stickers and sell them. Is that okay? And he's like, absolutely not. You do that and I'm going to sue you. And I just kind of chuckled to myself because I thought to myself, that person really doesn't understand. I don't mean the CEO. I'm talking about the person saying they were going to make stickers and sell them. I was thinking that person really doesn't understand how shit works. Because anybody with a brain would realize that that's not okay. You can't just... Could you imagine if that's how the world worked? Oh, yeah, Batman, it's licensed to DC. Not anymore. I'm making posters and selling them. What?
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, like, sometimes they're, people are trying to, give goodwill to the brand, and then the company's,
Doesn't matter.
I agree with you. I don't think people should do it. I'm just saying, in many cases, it's like someone's making a fan game or whatever. Like, it's not really technically fair use. They can't do that. But there's not necessarily any reason for them to, shut it down either. So.
Well, copyright infringement wise, yes, there is. And that's the difference is that if somebody went to YouTube and said, well, his thumbnail is copyright infringement, I don't think YouTube would agree. I think YouTube would actually say, no, it's not, because it's not. At the end of the day, it's not. And I'm not selling it. I'm using it to promote the product that their specific branding is a part of. So if anything, it's promotion and they don't have to pay me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I wouldn't do it myself. I don't think they should do it. I'm just saying that, that CEO doesn't sound like a fun guy either, from the way you just told that story.
Well, he
listen,
didn't.
I really appreciate you trying to spread some love about our brand, but unfortunately I can't let you do that for this reason. So he's like, no, don't do that. I'm gonna sue you. Like who is that guy? Like he sounds like, you know what I'm saying? He sounds like a jerk.
Yeah, he may have just had a bad day. I don't know. All I know is I had posted a couple of minutes earlier in the group my advertisement that I made, which you can see in my post section, and he liked it. He didn't say anything negative about it. So I mean,
he liked it because now he's going to sue you. So he was happy.
No. But you're missing entirely what I'm saying. Is he said he threatens because she said she wanted to sell. I didn't say I just made an ad for my channel. I didn't say I was selling anything.
Okay, I hear you.
Yeah, there's a difference. You can't just plaster people's products onto something and then be like, hey, I'm selling these. Like, hey, Stu, I'm selling these Marvel T-shirts with Spider-Man all over them. Do you want them? Oh, who's the money going to? It's going to me. It's going to me. It's not going to Marvel. Marvel doesn't need them.
T-shirts. You can be like, I'm selling these Stu's Game Reviews T-shirts with your face on them.
Oh, that I could get away with. That's fine. That's not an issue.
I would sue you before that guy did. So anyway,
I'll put that Geppetto image. Remember that one? It was that image, that AI image I made of you that you look like Geppetto from Pinocchio. I'll put that face on the T-shirt. Sell it. Stu's Game Reviews.
Have you played The Lies of P?
My P doesn't lie.
Yeah, I know. It's not that kind of P. It's like P set for Pinocchio.
I've heard of it. I've never played it. No.
It's coming out a physical edition. Actually,
Have
there's
you
already a
played it?
physical edition out. I have not, but I've heard good things about it. I've heard it's very good, but it's like a Souls-like game.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why I would never play it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd like to either. I mean, I would try it. Like, I've never played any of those games, but like, they say they're supposed to be really hard. But like, all the games back in the day were really hard.
So,
So,
yeah, of course. I remember Ninja Gaiden. Holy shit.
oh, by the way, speaking of stuff that's coming out, have you seen that they're remastering the Tex Murphy Under a Killing Moon?
I did see that, but I that it goes back and forth. So I stopped listening to a lot of that because they always say, "Oh, we're almost done. We're coming out," and then suddenly delayed for a
No,
couple of years, and
it's
then
on Kickstarter now.
well, that doesn't mean anything.
Well, it doesn't mean anything, but like, first of all, I'm not sure what they're doing because they released a whole bunch of like video clips and stuff and screenshots showing like the original graphics and the new graphics.
Mhm.
It's not really clear to me if they use like AI to upscale it or something, or if they
More than
refilm
likely.
stuff. That's what I'm
No,
guessing too, but
no,
I'm
they
not
wouldn't have
sure.
refilmed stuff. Chris Jones is retired.
Well, maybe he came back just to film it. I don't know.
No, no, no. I looked at the footage already. The upscale. It's
Well,
AI.
if it's just an upscale, well, I guess okay. To my point before, it makes me less interested in it if it's an upscale. However, having said that, if it's an
Why do you
upscale,
want it to be refilmed? You can't even do that anyway. What are you gonna? Okay, hold on. You're under a killing moon. Fucking
I just said
Margot
what.
Kidder is dead. So that who's gonna play her?
That's a good
It doesn't
point.
even make any sense, Stu.
I forgot about that. But I'm not saying I want it to be refilmed. But what I was saying is, I'd rather it be like I don't know. I'm just a purist, and I like it when they don't use AI to do it. But regardless, my point is, if they're doing if it's too fair, if they are doing, I mean,
Get Stu to play
I could play her by the way because her role in that game is like all she fucking does is shoot you. Like basically, she talks to you for 5 seconds, and then she shoots you if you say the wrong thing. But in any case, um, yeah, if it's all done
I
through
don't.
AI,
I think I'd rather have Margot Kidder in a dress than
if it's
you,
all done
Stu.
through AI, well, okay, you let her have Margot Kidder, but like all she was a name on the box. It was like Margot Kidder and Brian Keith, and both of them were in the game for 5 seconds, and I didn't even know who Brian Keith was. But in any case, if it's all AI, that means basically it's not going to take them any time to do it. And actually, Space Quest historian had a video the other day, which was they got an alpha build. I didn't watch it, but he was showing an alpha build of the game apparently, so it must be pretty close to done.
Okay.
Um, but
I
are you
wonder
gonna
what
play
it's
that?
going to
Or
be. I wonder what it's going to be on. I hope they bring it to like
I think
console, but
that's
I highly doubt it.
oh, I mean, which console? No, I
I
think it
don't.
is going to be on console. I'm not
Really?
sure. I believe
Oh,
so.
dude, if it is, I will definitely support it.
I'm going to go on the Kickstarter thing right now to see what it says. I'm pretty
Sounds good,
sure.
my bro.
Uh, Kickstarter.
I will definitely get it if it's on console. I am so happy. Oh, dude. Did you ever beat? Oh, I got a question for you actually. Did you ever beat the Seventh Guest remake?
I did the what's it called? The 3D the VR one.
Yeah, it's the same one as the non VR one that came out. But
Yeah.
no, I'm stuck on that final puzzle. I cannot figure out what I'm doing.
Which is the final puzzle? I don't remember.
That's the one where Stauf sends you into that alternate realm and you have to solve this
Oh
puzzle
yeah, that
against
one.
him.
That one. Watch my video. It
Okay.
took me a little bit of time, but like yeah, there's like it's like a board game basically.
Yeah, no,
Basically.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Because if
I
you're
know.
trying to
It's
lose, you can basically start over and do it again. But yeah, I'm trying to see. It doesn't say. Maybe it's not on console. I thought it was, but I'm
yeah,
not
I
seeing
did.
where it says that.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be. It's probably
Oh
it's
yeah,
bec
okay. It's if they raise 500K, then they're gonna do PlayStation 5 and Xbox,
yeah.
and they're at
So
263 right now, so
let
it might get there.
let me explain why they do that. So a lot of people don't real. So I have a friend who made a game that's on console. I'm also in games. I do voice work in a few games that are on PS5. So I'm through a company through Facebook, which
You're one of the girls in one of the Leisure Suit Larry games, right?
how did you know, Stu? No. God no. Um, no, but anyway, so the thing that Sony does, I don't know, I can't speak for Microsoft. The Sony for indie developers, you have to pay like this really big fee to get your game published onto their store. So it's not just a question of, hey, Sony, I've got this game. If I put it on your store, I'm going to make a lot of money. Is that cool? Because Sony will be like, no, no, you're not putting that on our store. You have to pay us, and
Yeah.
and and it's a lot of money. It's like close to the amount that they're asking for, 5K.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
but it's
lot of
worth it
money.
because they'll make a lot more money from the game if it's on console.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why they want that additional money. It's got nothing to do with them making more money for themselves. It's got to do with they're going to have to give all that money to Sony.
Yeah, but they'll make more money too. Is my
Oh yeah.
point.
No, no, no. I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm just saying that's how Sony operates.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't realize and that's what really pisses me off as well. Now let me explain something to you guys. Do you realize how many shit games are on the PlayStation Store right now? And they're like done by indie developers, like one person, and they're like the crappiest games ever. Like the screenshots are all like fake and done with AI, and then you go and buy said game, and it's a pile of shit. And um, all of those indie developers have to pay Sony to put their garbage on the store. I don't get it. I don't get it. You're wasting your own money to put your trash game that nobody is probably going to buy on the store. It doesn't make any sense. And then
Right.
the other side of the coin is, why is Sony allowing this? Why is Sony allowing like tra la 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 that those stupid fucking games on the store that nobody is going to buy? Nobody is interested in. The only ones who are interested in it are fucking memers and idiots. Like it doesn't make any sense. And 90% of the PlayStation Store, if you go on the store right now, Stu, you'll see what I'm talking about. 90% of the games on the store right now are absolute garbage. They're like shovelware trash. And I just don't get it. I'm like, dude, there is no way you're making any money off of this garbage that you're putting on the store. Fucking get rid of it. Take it off. Nobody wants it on there. I don't want to go through like 17,000 games just to see one game that I might be interested in.
I
And
mean, some people
90%
do.
of the and
Not
90% of the
everybody.
games that are on the store are just garbage shovelware trash.
You know what this reminds me of? This is like when I surf eBay, and there's like always these
Yeah.
people that I consider to be like spamming eBay.
Yeah.
They'll dump like let's say 500 listings at one time, and like it's all garbage essentially. And it's like the same thing that they posted last month. Um, and like I consider that to be a waste of my time. But
Absolutely.
but at the same time, like there's probably some guy who's looking for one of those games one time and they'll find it and they'll be happy. So same thing with the store. Like it obviously to be browsing on the store doesn't help, but um, maybe somebody wants to buy it through that channel at some point and they have to search for it and then it's there. That's all that I can think of.
I
Yeah.
don't know. All I know is that I'm tired of it, and more and more, like I like to look up. I like to look up games that I know I'm gonna have fun streaming or even playing off of stream, and so I'll constantly go on this because the PlayStation Store updates every Tuesday. So I go on the store every Tuesday and I check it out, and 90% of the time it's like 10,000 new shovelware games added to the store. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes, are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah,
why not?
I
It's
whatever.
it's like, bro, dude, I want to play some good games. I don't want to play some trash. I actually was considering getting an interesting game until I read the Adventure Game Hotspot review of it, and then I'm like, oh, you know what? I decided against it. They didn't give it a good review at all. They said that it was basically bad, and so I left a comment in the review, and I said, well, thanks. You just saved me a ton of money.
Which game is this?
Necrophysis.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Interesting.
yeah.
Oh, this is the
Uh,
best. This is the best painting you've done so far on this channel, I think. I'm just
oh, it's
kidding.
because a half naked woman's there? Yeah.
Always asleep told me he likes it.
Of course he does.
No, I don't. She's not really half naked. She's not even a quarter naked. She's wearing a dress. But anyway, um, so what else is
I
going
I
on?
I do feel like a lot of these paintings are they're taking Google. I think I've said this before. I think it feels to me like they're just taking Google images and then pixelating them and then having you repaint them or whatever. I don't think this is their original art. I literally think 90% of this. And based on the fact that the company that's making this is the same company that makes those Find the Hidden Object games that are on PlayStation. I'm not saying those games suck because I have a lot of those. They're great fun when you just want to play something relaxing. Uh, and they sell well actually. They sell really well on the store, and so I'm not shitting on that company. I think that honestly their games are fun. But they're not. I can't see them being like outselling like AAA games or anything like that. But there is certainly a group of individuals, myself included, who buy them. So there was one they did, which I intend to stream at some point, but it's like a family visiting Canada. They visit all across Canada, and you learn about the history of Canada while you're like finding hidden objects and solving puzzles and stuff. And I thought, well, that's a good game to stream at some point, and you guys can learn about the famous parks and tourist attractions in Canada while you help me find the hidden objects and stuff like that. I think that'd be a fun stream at some point. So I ended up buying that a while back, and I just haven't gotten around to streaming it.
Didn't you play something like that at one point?
I streamed one, but it was a Christmas one. I streamed it last
Oh,
year at
right, the
Christmas time.
Christmas one. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. And we had fun with that. I think we all had fun with that. You guys were helping me find everything, and we were solving the puzzles together.
Yeah, it was
And
good.
I do intend to do it for the Canada one. Maybe I'll do it at some point soon. They're a lot of fun. They really are. And I can't remember the company that makes these games, but I don't think I've ever bought one of their games and been disappointed with it, if I'm being honest. They have one that's a trivia game that's really a lot of fun too. That I might stream at some point, and I'll have you guys help me answer the questions, and we'll see how high we can go on the score. I think the highest you can go is 99 for a high score. For every question you get right, you get 1 point. So 99 questions of increasing difficulty.
What's it
And
called?
it's a stupid name. It's called Save Farty.
Save Farty?
Yeah.
How many name is that? I'm a little
You'll
confused
see.
there.
I don't want to say anything. Hey,
Is
you said you
is this a Simulator Studios game?
no. No, no, no.
That's what
It's
it
made by
sounds like.
no, 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 no. It's made by the same people who made this.
Okay. All right. What kind of questions do they ask?
They're all like actual like questions regarding history and stuff like that. But near the beginning, um, they start silly. So like they'll like ask like what's Donald Trump's slogan, and it's always updated with new information based on the what's going on in the world and stuff like that. So like one of the questions they would have asked is like what's Donald Trump's slogan, and it's obviously Make America Great Again, and they have like different it's multiple choice, and like one of them is Make America Gay Again, and and it's like really silly ones, and then they put in the normal one. But as it gets higher in difficulty, then it becomes a lot harder to determine which is right and which is wrong. But it's really funny. So the whole thing is there's like a CGI animated uh, baby chick named Farty, and the reason he's named Farty is because he farts a lot. It's a perfect game for you, Stu. Actually, come to think
Sounds
of it.
really strange.
And if you answer a question wrong, he gets executed.
Oh.
And then if you and then you lose. And if you answer questions right, you save him. And the whole goal is to get all 99 questions right to save him and win the game.
But you get one question wrong and he gets executed?
Yeah, and then you lose. Yes, you
But one
can't.
question
You
wrong, you lose.
Yes.
Jeez,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
pretty harsh.
It is.
So it's
It's
like
it.
Dark Souls of like trivia games.
You do get like 3 lifelines. One is to slow down the clock because there is a clock that and if you the clock goes down very quickly. So if you don't answer before the clock goes down, you lose. Um, so there's 3 things you can use like lifelines, but you can only use them once. One is a different question. One is take out 2 wrong answers and leave one wrong answer and the right answer, kind of like Millionaire. And then the third one is to slow down the clock.
That's pretty cool. But I don't know about the killing, the death. It sounds really intense there. You lose one thing wrong, and then, what happens if you win? I mean, like,
So
you
there's
just win and
different
it's like,
ways he gets
okay,
killed. There's different ways he gets killed too. Like some of them are violent, and some of them are silly. Like one of them is like James. So like they have these sound clips and stuff like that as well. So like uh uh there's one where like you just see like this giant butt come down and sit on top of him and crush him, and it's got Arnold's voice going, "I think I'm going to sit down here." It's like there's just silly things. Like there's silly deaths. They're not really. Some of them
how,
are gory, but a
how
lot of
far have
them
you
aren't.
gotten in this game?
Oh my god, not very. I think I got like 20 questions right.
Is it the same questions every time, or every time you play it's different questions?
Always different.
So where do they get the questions from? Is it like online somewhere?
No, it's single player. It's offline. I just think that they have millions of questions on there, and I just have never gotten repeats. It's the exact same
Jeopardy.
as Family Feud when I was playing Family Feud with you. It's always different shit.
That's cool. Wonder what happens if you win.
I don't know. I've never won.
Well, I've got to find out.
Yeah. Well, after the stream tonight, I'll show you a couple of minutes of it so you can see exactly what it's like. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, it's fun. Like I said, some of the deaths are silly. Some of them are like one of them him getting riddled with machine gun bullets and dying. But so some of them are grotesque, kind of, and some of them are really funny. Like I'm trying to think of some of the funny ones. There's like one where like uh, I don't remember half of them. You'll see when I show you. But it was a cheap game. It was not even that expensive. I bought it a while back, and it was like I think I paid like maybe $4 for it. And
Cool.
the only reason I buy those kind of things is because um it's good to have a variation of games that you play. And I mean, I just don't want to play the same kill this, kill that over and over and over games. I like to like challenge my mind. Sometimes I want to have something challenging to play, and so I get that kind of stuff, so that
Makes sense.
I'm challenging my mind as well. And the other thing is, scientists have proven that if you play more of those type of games, you have less chance of developing Alzheimer's and stuff like that because you're constantly working your brain.
Less chance. Okay, yeah. He said more chance for a second. I was like, what the?
No,
That's less
no, no more chance. That's why I buy those games because I want to develop Alzheimer's. Don't you know? It's my favorite. That's my goal in life. No. But um, what was another one that I got recently? Oh,
chance.
The Goblins collection. The Goblins
Oh
collection
yeah.
got a.
It's
Oh my
coming out
god,
with physical too.
I want to screen. I want to stream that for you guys because the wealth of content in that is insane. So one of the most recent Goblin games was made in 2023, and it was never released in America. And in this collection, it's the very first time it's ever been released. Is in that collection for America, and it's like all modern visuals, and it's very good, very good. I was playing it more recently, and I'm like, damn. It blew me away that Goblins is still around, to be honest,
Hmm.
and getting new games. But not just that, but it's improved so dramatically compared to the original games. Like it's more adventure game esque. It's not stupid like the old ones were. And you actually have an inventory system in them now, and it feels more like a point and click adventure game. But it still retains the same humor and silliness that the original games had. Um,
Yeah, like I
um,
said, I think a physical one is coming out soon. I don't remember who's publishing it, but I think it's coming out. I don't know. I think I ordered something. I'm trying to remember where I ordered it from, like a pre-order or something like that.
I didn't think you would
Uh,
ever get it because you didn't. You said you didn't like goblins.
I didn't dislike goblins. I just thought they're very hard. Um, yeah, I thought it was very difficult, but I'm not like opposed to playing it. I mean, I want to play them. I bought the fourth one when it came out. There was a physical version of that a bunch of years ago, and then the fifth one came out, but there's no physical of that one. Oh, yeah, okay. Red Arc Games, PS5, uh, Goblins 1 through 5. So I ordered it a few days ago.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
yeah. The only thing I find weird about it, so they have box scans of all of the goblins games, and I was like confused because I have still one of the boxes for Goblins One, and they completely removed all of the logos of the game companies who made the game off of the scanned box art. So it's like one of those box. So for each game on the main menu, you pull it up, and there's box art, and you it's three dimensional, like kind of like the Atari collection. You know how the box art would come up, the boxes would come up. You could rotate them 360
Yeah.
degrees.
Hmm.
It's the exact same as that, and it's all like scanned boxes. But they removed all of the names of the companies that originally made the games off of the boxes. All they have on the boxes is like the PC specs and stuff like that. And I'm like, but I have the original box and it has Sierra's logo on it. I'm like, why did they remove those logos? The only thing I can think is that they removed them because Microsoft demanded it, because Microsoft now
Yeah.
owns those companies. Um, but
Well, I bet you the reason why is because the dude who made the game probably bought it back, like bought the series back from the company. Because like Goblins 1 through 3 were Sierra, but 4 and 5 were not. 4 came out in 2009, which is quite a long time ago, and then 5 just came out in 2023. But I'm assuming that like he bought it, he bought the rights to it. By the way, the physical edition comes in two versions. There's a regular and a collector's edition. And the collector's edition is a little bit weird. I don't know because it comes with a floppy disk, but I think it has nothing on it. I think it's just for show, which is sort of pointless. And it also comes with a postcard signed by the developer, Pierre Gilhodas, or whatever you pronounce his name.
you
But
know,
I don't know if that means that it's actually really signed by him or if it's just like a
no,
photocopy or something.
no. It's I doubt it's really signed by him.
Well,
Um,
if it's not really signed by him, it's pretty crappy collection edition. Because like, what are you getting for it aside from, I guess, a bigger box, the floppy disk that doesn't do anything, and the
that's another
postcard?
thing I wanted to quickly mention as well. The loading screen. So when you select the game, you'll see this. I might stream this tomorrow actually, and we can all sit down and watch it together. But the loading screen. So when you say as an example, when I go into Goblins One, the loading screen is so inventive. It goes to a computer, like an old style computer. And for the more modern Goblins one, like Goblins 5, it has a modern computer. But so for the old Goblins one, it has like it looks like almost like an IBM PC Junior or something like that, CD-ROM. And it takes you can play either the CD-ROM version or the 3.5-inch version of the game. So I always pick the CD-ROM version because that's the version I grew up with playing on CD-ROM.
Okay.
So it then goes to a computer monitor. It goes to it shows the box being open, the jewel case coming out of the box, the jewel case opening, the CD coming out of the jewel case,
That's
going
cool.
into the computer, the tray closing, and then it goes to like a loading on the computer screen. It's so fucking cool. It's such a
That is cool.
creative little loading screen, and it does it differently for every Goblins game. Yeah. So
That's very cool.
it is. There is so for the special features, all it is the original concept art for every single game, in the extras menu, and an interview with Pierre Golot or whatever the hell his name is, where he's like, well, I created goblins the long time ago, and well, whatever. But
Is it going to be done by the people from Cumulator Games?
well, he is French. That's why I said it like that.
I know.
Well, no, Cumulator's films really exaggerates his French accent, and he even said it because somebody, I remember, they don't even stream anymore because they moved to the U.S. or something like that. So he doesn't even stream anymore. Yeah. He moved out of Canada, and so they
don't allow him to stream in the U.S. because he's not a citizen.
No, they don't have internet yet.
Okay.
They're getting set up. Maybe that's the way Trump wants it. Who knows? Let me tell you something. You move to America, you're not allowed streaming. But anyway. Okay. But let me finish what I was going to say first with that. So, so on his on his channel, somebody had joined and said to him, "Why don't you talk like you do on your games?" It's like because that's his exaggerated voice. I don't talk like that in real life. He's like, I'm like on his channel or on his games. He's like, "Good evening, welcome to Cumulator Films." He's like all over the top, and I guess some of his fans think that that's his normal voice, and he's like, "God no."
It's funny.
But so now a little change of topic since we did bring up Monsieur Trump. That man is something else. Let's first I want to talk about the fact that he had a UFC cage match at the White House.
I didn't actually hear about this, but I'm assuming
it's all over the place. Go look it up right now. It's so funny.
I don't really like read the news too much. Let me look it up.
Oh my God, it's so funny, dude. He also had like the UFC fighters like in the Oval Office preparing.
Oh wow.
The most ridiculous. Could you imagine if, like, back in the day, George Washington, 4 scorns and 7 years ago, I decided to have a cage match. Like, it's so odd. I can't picture any other president ever in history doing that because it's so stupid. And he invited the general public out to watch this event. Yeah. You could buy tickets.
I was like, oh, I see. It's like outside.
Yeah, right on the front lawn. Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Because he's an idiot.
What do you mean? Why? I've never seen UFC. It's interesting. It's cool, but like, that's what you want to do for like the anniversary of the country is like watch people beat each other up.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, Trump's all about, well, that's what making America great again is. He's trying to make America number one and be feared by the rest of the world, right? That's what his plan is.
It makes sense what you're saying, but it's also ridiculous at the same time.
It's ridiculous. It's 100% ridiculous.
Right. I don't know. You know, it's funny because like his critics will basically say like,
what? What just happened?
Sorry, I knocked my microphone out of my ear. Sorry about that.
see, folks, he's even beating himself up. We don't need UFC.
His critics will basically say that like he's not presidential. You know, that's what they said.
He's not presidential.
But his supporters will be like, that's exactly what we like about him. Is he's not presidential. He tells it like it is. He's down to earth. You know, he says whatever.
But why do we want a fucking 4chan memer as president though? It doesn't make any sense.
I agree. I'm just telling you, like it's weird because like the things that some people hate about him, other people like think it's a feature. I don't know.
Stupid.
It's really weird.
So stupid.
I agree. Oh man.
But so it was like, I just could you imagine if let's rewind back. What if Barack Obama? So hi there, guys. We decided that we're gonna have UFC at the White House.
I mean, maybe like what Justin, what's his name, Trudeau would do that too, but
No, he wouldn't. I don't think he would. I really
yeah,
don't.
I don't think so
As
either.
much
But
as I hate Justin Trudeau, I don't think he would be that stupid. Um,
yeah, my point is like I don't know like why people think that like if you're like the leader of the free world, quote unquote, which like the president of the United States they always said was like, shouldn't there be some dignity to the office? Like
yeah,
apparently
you
not.
would
I don't
think.
know.
You would think.
You would think,
Not this generation, that's for sure. But certainly in the past, yes. You would never see this in the past. Like I couldn't, as dumb and as stupid and as useless as George W. Bush was, I can't picture him waking up one morning and being like, "Hi there, so we're gonna have UFC at the White House, and you're all invited. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and you can bring your wife and kids."
I mean, I
Like
can picture him,
what?
like, and then somebody would told him, like, George, we can't do that. He'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's supposed to Trump, and like, Mr. Trump, we can't do that. You're fired. You know,
yeah.
okay, now, where were we, you know?
Let me tell you something. I'm the dictator of the United States, not you.
Oh, man.
Um, yeah,
But,
I don't. I don't get it at all, and so that's the first thing that I thought was really funny and very immature. And the other thing is that he did like a recent, I don't know what it was. It was like a conference with like all these different political leaders in the world, and it was like held at the White House or whatever. And he shows up and he's like talking. Well, did you guys watch the UFC at the White House? I'm telling you, it was fantastic. And he's like going off like this, and all the world leaders are just like staring at him like, okay, all right.
everything for him is marketing, you know? It's like, that's how he operates. It's like he thinks he's
Yeah,
trying to
and
sell himself.
and they all feigned smiles. Like it
Well,
focused
what are they
on
doing?
like the sorry.
Of course, what are they going to do? They're not going to be like, Mr. Trump, you're an idiot. You know what I mean? Like,
No, but it was just so awkward because you saw the smiles and you could tell that they were fake. They were like, yeah, you go. um,
he probably couldn't tell, though.
no, of course not, because he's an idiot. But and so there's that, and then on top of all of this, the Gordie Howe Bridge connecting Canada to Michigan, which was started during Barack Obama's campaign, and the bridge was entirely funded by the Canadian government and
Really?
Canada. Yes, and then it was agreed to be built, and then it was built entirely, and it was supposed to have the opening ceremony this week. A bunch of people were lined up to test out the bridge for the first time, whatever. And suddenly Trump says, "Nope, not happening. We're shutting it down."
Was Gordie Howe Canadian?
Yes. And so Trump was like, "Let me tell you something. The only way this bridge is going to operate, the only way we're going to open the bridge between Canada and the United States is if I get paid $10 billion from Canada, and I also want all of the funds that are going." So you know how like people have to pay to, it's a toll
Yeah.
bridge. And so he said, "I want all of the funds. The funds aren't going to Canada. They're coming to me, to me in America. That's where they're going, to me." And it's like, dude, you are an asshole. Because
I mean,
you didn't even fund the goddamn bridge. You didn't give us anything. You did nothing. You sound on
well,
your fucking ass.
it's one thing if he says, like, I want some of the revenue, but, like,
He wants
I
all
want
of it.
all of it. You want
Yeah,
me
he
all
wants
of it.
all of it. Yeah. And so I had a talk with Pirate Gamer Boy when we were live streaming earlier, and here is my thoughts on why. So there's a lot of so the thing is that I don't know if you pay attention to a lot of what Trump does, but
No,
let's rewind back a little bit to when he created the Board of Peace. Do you remember that, when he created the Board of Peace?
no, I don't.
Okay. He created this stupid board of peace, and it was like this. This was before the Iran war, obviously, because obviously there's no board of peace now because he's not really doing much to create peace. But there was a board of peace that he started, and he invited different people into the board of peace, but they had to pay to become a member. And the money was not like a trivial. It's not like it wasn't like $100. It was like $10 million or something. It was something stupid. And it's like, well, a lot of people were like, well, why are you charging for like being a part of this board of peace? It doesn't make any sense. And then more and more shit. Like everything he would do would be for financial gain. And I was thinking to myself, well, there's no way that this money that he's collecting is going back to the American people. It's funding. He's swindling money. Like it's going to his own pocket. And I thought about it for a while, and I thought to myself, I think I know what he's doing. What I think he's doing is all of this money that he wants from everybody. Let me tell you something. You can't drive on the bridge without paying me. All this stuff that he's doing. He's collecting all that money because as soon as he gets out of the White House, he knows damn well he is going straight to jail with all the shit he's done, all the corrupt shit he's done. He's going straight to jail.
Maybe not, because he might get pardoned.
By who? He can't pardon himself.
Well, first of all, maybe he can, but even if he can,
no.
The next president could pardon him.
Do you honestly think the next U.S. president is going to be insane enough to pardon him?
Let's say he loses. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, J.D. Vance runs against some Democrats.
J.D. Vance, but J.D. Vance has always has started to go back on things. That's the thing I read recently is that Trump wanted to do certain things, and J.D. Vance was like, "No, you're insane." So
no,
J.D.
That may be the case, but it doesn't mean he wouldn't pardon him. Is all I'm saying. I don't know.
Well, we don't know that. That's speculation at this point. But let me go back to my thoughts on this. So my thoughts on this is that the reason he's collecting all this money is so that he can bail himself out of jail. Because he knows damn well that amount is so fucking high if he gets arrested that he needs to get a way out of it. And because he's ran almost every business he's owned into the ground, he has no leverage. And so, let's just
when you say bailing himself out of jail, do you mean like paying the bail bond, or you mean like bribing somebody to get out completely or something like that?
Knowing him, either way.
Yeah, I'm just saying, just paying the bail is not going to help him. If he actually gets convicted or something, he'll still go to jail. So, regardless, it definitely. I don't trust what's going on here for sure. It definitely seems like there's a lot of shady things going on, 100%. But it could be pardoned. I mean, if I was him, and let's say if I thought that J.D. Vance was loyal, at least loyal enough to pardon him, or maybe get J.D. Vance to write the pardon and sign it first or something, post date it, and then like a day before you're supposed to leave office, you step down and turn it over to Vance, let him be the president for a day, and then issue the pardon. You know what I mean? And then even if someone else comes in afterwards, like he still got pardoned by the next guy. That's what I would do, excuse me.
I sent you a video earlier. I don't know if you ever watched it. It was a video of Robert De Niro in, I think it was Times Square. And he was talking to the, the whoever was around, I guess, the American populace. And talking about why we need Trump out of office and everything like that. And MAGA supporters showed up. And they're like, fake news, this guy's a liar, this guy, fake news. And like the entire fucking time as he was trying to talk. And he got so irritated with them. He's like, give me evidence. Give me evidence that what I'm saying is fake. Don't just sit there and scream fake news. You have to give me proof. You can't just sit there and say that what I'm saying is a lie without, telling me what I'm saying is giving me evidence as to what I'm saying is a lie. And they refused. They downright refused. They were just like, no, I don't need to tell you jack shit, you son of a bitch. You don't support Trump. You need to fucking die. And I'm like, thinking to myself, you people are idiots. Like, so fucking dumb. Anytime you go against a MAGA, that's the very first fucking thing out of their mouth. It's not to like give you any evidence as to why they think they're right. It's I'm gonna fucking kill you. And I see it more and more. Like, I've even gone against MAGA supporters to tell them that they're wrong on things, and they don't. Their immediate response is to threaten to kill you. It's not that like when you say show me proof, they don't give you proof. They just go, you want proof? I'll give you proof. My gun to your fucking head. And I'm like, okay,
I think
that's
once
not.
I don't know who you're talking to, but I think once again we're in like the same paradigm here of the most craziest people are the loudest people because they're not everybody's like that. It can't
Oh
be.
no,
There's
of
no
course
way.
not. I'm not saying that all of America is like that. Come
No, even
on.
even not all of Americans, even all of Trump supporters are not going to be like, I'm taking a gun and kill you. Like you're obviously talking to the craziest of the crazy. I mean, I don't know where you find these people, obviously, but like,
Facebook.
that's. I really wonder, honestly, like how much of Facebook is bots. Like I actually responded to a couple of people that said nasty things recently, and like they didn't even respond back to me. Like I don't know. I mean, who knows? But like, I notice a lot of
Is
people say
that
the
it?
same stuff over and over again
Was
too,
that
and
in
it's
regards to the racism thing you were talking about earlier?
it was. I saw some more comments today about some stuff. You know, different. Every time there's like something going on. Actually, what it was Israel is the first country to recognize Somaliland as a
Mm-hmm.
country. I've never heard of Somaliland. Have you heard of Somaliland?
It sounds made up.
It's not made up. There's like 5 million people that live there. It's in Africa. It's like broke away from like Mogadishu or something like that. There's
Somalia land? It sounds like a theme park.
Somalia. It's not Somaliland. It's just Somaliland. I think it's called. Um,
Oh.
no, I never heard of it either. But it's a thing. So like there was like so many people that posted like a comment on this article that said like one fake country is recognizing another fake country. Like it's like come on, like you could not like Israel, but like the UN recognized Israel in 1949. Like whether you like it or not, like they're not a fake country. But it's like they just want to spread hatred or whatever. So it's like every time there's anything, there's
It's
and it's like
ridiculous.
it wasn't one person that said it. It was like 50 people that said it, which made me think like I
Are they
responded to the
bots?
first one. It's like you're an
Yeah.
idiot or something. But then like I see like 50 more comments, and I'm like, yeah, these are real people, or is it just like something is programmed to like go out there and just
So
be negative?
I have a theory on that as well. Do you want to hear my theory?
Sure, unless
I
you're a
think
bot.
I, danger, danger, Will Robinson. No, no. So what I think it is that the initial couple of comments. So um, I don't know if you've noticed with society today, but I find that a lot of society follows uh, follows each other. So like it's like a game of like I'm gonna jump off a cliff, so you do the same kind of, you know what I'm talking about, that
Yeah.
mentality of following each other. And so I think what it is that the initial hatred comment is likely from a bot, and then the additional comments are from actual people following what the bot is doing. That's what I think it is. That's my
What?
opinion.
You could be right. One of the things
Yeah.
that I keep seeing that's like annoying me is like there's like a common thing that people like to respond where it's like you'll say something, you'll tell me, hey, these bunch of gamers are all giving death threats or whatever, and then someone will comment and say, "I'll take things that never happened for $500, Alex." Like it's like I've seen just it's like a common like response now. It's basically it's like I'm just gonna like basically deny what you said and just basically it didn't happen, and it's like my word against yours if it happened or not. Like you could be like, I was walking down the street and someone like grabbed me and beat the shit out of me. I'll take things that never happened for $500, Alex. Like it's like they just want to discredit you. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just so tired of some of these people on social
So
media.
I think those specific ones are likely bots. Uh,
Could be.
well, because I see that you're not the only one who has seen that exact wording from people. I've seen it multiple times too.
Yeah, it's like a meme or something now. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
maybe,
don't know honestly.
but it's I just stopped. what I used to do for the longest time, and I stopped doing it because I realized that it could hurt me. It didn't for the longest time, and people who are regulars on my Facebook know what I'm like and know that I'm very much anti-Trump. But for the longest time, I would go on like various sites on Facebook, various groups, and I'd say the most outlandish Trump supporter shit. And I would say stuff like, well, I don't remember what half the time I would say, but just crazy shit like that a Trump reporter would say, a supporter would say. And then when people would heart react my comment, I wouldn't block them because I was like, well, that's the easiest way to find a Trump supporter is to act deranged like them. Then they like your comment. Then you go, well, that's a Trump supporter. And then you block them. And that's what I did. And so then I told people, what? Sorry?
Aren't you afraid people are going to think that you're deranged?
Yeah, I am deranged. I podcast with you. But anyway,
you hear what I'm saying, right? Like I don't want people to think that I'm crazy.
no. So what I ended up doing was I told people on my actual main Facebook page what I do, and that I do it because it's a lot easier to single out Trump supporters when you do that kind of shit because they're the only insane ones who would fucking like react your shit, and then I block them. And then I delete the comment. So I don't keep the comment up. I keep it up till I get a decent amount of idiots liking it, and then I block the idiots, and then I delete the comments.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of obnoxious people. Honestly, there's obnoxious people on both sides. I don't.
Oh,
like
of course.
I don't like it when people are so like set in their beliefs, whatever they are. Like, I mean, okay, there's exceptions, obviously. Sometimes you have to take a stand on something, but like, there's some people who can't like resist like an opportunity to slam like some other group of people, whether it's Trump supporters, whether it's Trump haters, like whatever. Like, I don't want to hear it all the time. Like some people are just one note, you know what I mean, one trick pony, they say. Like it's like the same thing constantly, and it's like. I get their stuff in my feed, and I don't want to like I don't want to block them or unfriend them, whatever. It's like, but I'm tired of it. Like, just enough already. You know, like stop. Like I get it. I got it. I understand what you think. I understand how you feel. You're entitled to your opinion. I may agree with it. I may don't agree with it, but I don't want to hear it anymore constantly. You know what I'm saying? Like say something else. Talk about video games or talk about something. I don't know. Talk about anything else. Not like always about MAGA this or whatever. Like it's just enough.
But the thing is that it's not just MAGA that I'm seeing it on. I'm seeing it on everything. Like the hatred is just everywhere nowadays, because like you can go on gaming sites on Facebook and be like, yo, I really like. So the latest hatred is going around is gamers angry that
Grotto. Oh, sorry.
Is gamers angry that M in the new James Bond is East Indian and Moneypenny is black. So that's one of the things that a lot of gamers are hating on right now. It's idiotic. And you know, anytime somebody says that they enjoyed the Bond game, which a lot of people have been, it's been getting rave reviews, and it's also sold really well, like insanely well. So there's a lot on Facebook. There's a lot. If you say that you like the game, there is so many people who will attack your comment and be like, "Oh, you woke piece of shit. Why are you supporting woke games, you woke piece of shit?" And I'm like, "Are you retarded? Like, I just don't. What is happening here? Like, I'm not, just because I don't like the same shit you do, I'm suddenly woke. Like, I'm beginning to think that a lot of these people don't even know what the definition of woke is. They just use it all the time. To any time that they feel like somebody likes something they don't, they automatically call them woke. And I'm like, dude, no, that's not.
Some people really get upset, by the way, if you say like this is woke. It really like triggers them.
Well, yeah, because it's a stupid thing to say. First of all.
Well, I mean, to me, it meant like just something. Like it's like you say MAGA, I say woke. Like it's just a way to describe some ideology. But the people that it describes, like if you say to somebody you're MAGA and they're MAGA, they'll be like, yeah, I'm MAGA. That's right. But
Yeah.
if you say somebody's woke, and they believe like it's like the type of thing that you would think they ascribe to those ideals, they might get very upset and be like, I don't like that term. Like I'm not woke. This woke is you're insulting me. And woke is a good thing. It means whatever. It means that I pay attention to what's going on. Whatever. Anyway, whatever. I think it's getting time to wrap this up because it's getting late, and I think we're the only people that are still here right now, unless I'm mistaken. I think people were here, but
No,
they
there's
left.
still people here. Yeah, just give me just give me a few minutes. I'm just getting ready to uh, do my ending music and everything. I'm just getting everything prepared.
There's ending music too.
Hell yeah, man.
Oh, I didn't know there was ending music.
Yeah.
That's
They're
cool.
getting all professional here. Don't you know? But is there anything else we wanted to say before we end? I feel like there's still stuff I wanted to talk about, but I'm trying to remember what it was.
Well, I want to say check out my channel, Stu's Game Reviews, if you haven't checked it out.
Yes. Oh, yes. I should probably mention that I am now sponsored. Well,
You did
actually,
mention it.
partnered
Like Harry Potter, right?
by Harry Potter. Yes. Um, give me a sec here. Sorry, I'm just trying to. So I got stuff running. I got stuff running in the background on my computer. Just trying to close some things here.
No worries.
All right. Anyway, sorry about that. Sorry. So yes, today's stream of the Paintcast is sponsored by my Dubby partnership. If you'd like to support the channel and save 10% on your next purchase of Dubby energy drinks at www.dubby.gg, use code the Gamers Grotto at checkout. The code is the Gamers Grotto, no spaces, all capitals, and you'll save 10% off your next purchase. Check it out at www.dubby.gg. And that's that. That's my sponsor. And yes, that's my partnership with them. And yeah, I do intend to get some try some of their. The thing is, I'm nervous about trying some of their energy drinks because I'm like, well, I've never had an energy drink a day in my life. And I've never had
So you're
coffee.
perfect for this sponsorship, honestly.
Oh yeah, right. I feel like I'd be climbing the walls. I'd be like Spider-Manning around my room. I feel like I'd be terrible for that sponsorship. I feel like what's gonna happen is I'm gonna try the drink on the channel, and then I'll be like so wired that I'm gonna probably think I'm having a heart attack or some shit, and I'd be like fucked up. And so
You know what's so
I'm
funny? This is probably like a good 20 years ago. Maybe no, it couldn't have been that long. Maybe like 17, 18 years ago. Let's say 17 years ago. I was working and like I was walking around the streets of Manhattan and there were people giving out like samples of 5 Hour Energy, like basically full bottles of 5 Hour Energy, which I think had just come out at the time. I'd heard of it, but I never tried it, and I was like, all right, I'll take a sample. And then I brought it home with me, and then I had it on my desk, and then my daughter came in, and she was like a little kid, like let's say 5 years old, okay? Um, and she's like, "What's that?" And I said, "It's an energy drink." And she's like,
okay.
"What's an energy drink?" I explained to her like it's something you take and like it makes you like have more energy or whatever. And then she's like, "Daddy, that's drugs." And I was like, "What? No, that's not drugs." She's like, "Yes, Daddy, it is. It's drugs. I'm telling you, it's drugs."
It kind of
And
is.
then like I basically realized like I had to throw it away and like sure I was throwing it away because if I would have been like, "No, no, don't worry, it's fine." You know what I mean? She would have learned the wrong lesson. So I ended up throwing it away, and then she was like, "I'm so proud of you, Daddy," and stuff like that. And I never tried 5 Hour Energy ever since then because I just never. I don't think so. Maybe one time I
So,
did.
um, my understanding with Dubby is that I did some research into the company and
I'm not
obviously
saying they're really drugs. I'm saying that that's what my kid thought when she was a little
no
kid.
no no
That
no
you,
no 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 no. I'm
yeah.
just saying in general, a lot of energy drinks are kind of unhealthy. Dubby adds a lot of vitamins into their energy drinks, and they also yeah, there's 2 cups of coffee in the energy drinks, which that for me is kind of overkill because I'm not a coffee drinker, right? I drink tea, so that might go crazy with me. But I mean, 2 cups of coffee for the average American is not a lot. It's very little. Now the other thing with Dubby energy drinks is that it's a powder. It's not an actual drink, so you mix it with water. So you can add as much or as little as you want. So it's a little bit different than the standard energy drink, and I think that's really cool. And I remember I can't remember I think it was Pirate Gamer Boy said it once. He's like, oh yeah, they're probably out in Indonesia or something like that. And I said no, actually. So I looked it up, and their main base of operations is out of San Diego, California. So they're actually not. They're actually an American company. Um, and yeah, they do partner with a lot of streamers who are just kind of getting started to help them get more subscribers and that's what they mainly do. But they are also partnered with bigger streamers as well. They kind of partner with both. Um, so in the case of how I got partnered with them is they contacted me initially, and that's how that started.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
But anyway, did
you have
you?
to order you have to order some energy drinks now. You have to try them out. Let us know how if they're any
Well,
good.
I have. Well, they're giving me. So the thing is that they're giving me a tub full of different kinds of energy drinks for free.
For free? Oh,
Um,
that's nice.
yeah, but the thing is that I have to order something else from them, so that to cover the shipping cost.
I see.
And that's where they kind of get you, I guess. And so I was like, well, I was thinking to myself, if I get something small, and then I use my 30% off lifetime, so I get a lifetime 30% off anything in their store. And so I was thinking, well, what if I use the 30% off on the additional item that I want to grab from them, and then get the free thing from them, get the other object that I order, and
Does it
and
work?
have it 30% off. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I don't know if that's going to work or not. But the other thing that they just announced the other day is they're also giving us free merch. So they're giving us free hats and T-shirts
Oh, that's
that
cool.
say the product name
Do you
on
have to
it
pay
and
for
everything.
shipping for that too, or you just get it?
No, that's free as well.
Oh, nice. I
Yeah.
guess
So
they
there
want you to
is.
wear it. They don't realize that you don't have your camera on the stream.
Well,
They probably
I
want you to
think,
wear it on stream.
I think they do though because
Oh, they must have been watching your stream. Yeah, that's true.
they would have had to, yeah, because that's how they found out about me. Um, no, but what I'll do is I'll take a photo of me wearing the merch and then I'll incorporate it into like an advertisement on my channel, right?
That
That's what
makes
I'm
sense.
thinking. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah,
Cool.
I do think now is a good spot to end the stream. So, Stu, quickly before we go, what are you streaming this evening, sir?
I'm not sure, but I
Okay.
might stream a Zane Monty, which is the next
How
game in the
many
Monty Mole
bloody
series.
Monty Mole games do they have, dude? You've streamed like
A
10
lot.
so far.
Oh, I haven't
Oh
streamed 10.
my
I think
god.
I've streamed 5, but I think 4 or 5. But this is the next one. It's supposed to be really good. I'm sure that means it's probably not, but it's supposed to be really good, and we'll find out. I guess that likely will be tonight. If not, it'll be tomorrow, but probably tonight.
So having fully beaten that seventh, whatever the hell that game was, the
Tides
last one that
West.
you. No, 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 not Seventh Guest. The
Oh, the seventh sector.
yeah. What are your thoughts on that now that you fully completed that? Do you feel like you've just wasted a good portion of your
No,
of your life?
I feel like it was I feel like it was worthwhile playing,
Okay.
but I'm very disappointed that they didn't. Like, I feel like there was a little bit of laziness. I mean, I was frustrated a couple things about the controls in terms of the puzzles, like things were not explained, like how you do stuff. That was one frustration. The other thing is, like, I feel like he spent a lot of time building a world,
And
but
didn't
there's
flesh out
no real
the
payoff.
story
Yeah,
much?
there's not enough payoff.
Isn't
Yeah, it's like what exactly is going on, and like how did you end up a spark? You know, it's hinted to. It's you could probably figure it out, but I sort of wanted it to be spelled out a little bit more, especially in the
isn't
ending.
isn't that kind of most of his games though? Because I have quite a few of his other games, and it feels like
No,
90% of the time there's no story involvement whatsoever.
no,
And
I
the
agree.
thing I have noticed, so like I've played a lot of his other games, and I feel like
Go
there
back to it.
is no there is there there is no patches. Like there's bugs galore in his games. Like the that one that I was telling you about, the one with the where you play as the robot. It's great, but like there is so many spots in the game where it would crash or it just bugged out. And I kept on thinking, well, certainly he's going to release a patch for this at some point. And never did. And I'm thinking to myself, well, if you care so much about your games, why don't you actually, I don't know, care about your games?
I don't know.
Yeah, so that's my problem with him as a game developer. I just feel like he's not
He
much of a
definitely
game
spent
developer.
he spent a lot of effort on that game. Again, I think there was interesting stuff there, and
I'm not denying the effort is not there, but there's not enough of it.
yeah, I hear you. I'm not sure if it's effort though, or if it's just he needs somebody else to like give him some kind of direct
So
feedback and
I
say here's what this game needs.
PlayStage Interactive, the guys who did that killer clown game that I did and several others on my channel. Do you remember that one I streamed and it was like the clown following you around the house, and then I did a thumbnail for it, and then the developers contacted YouTube and said,
Yeah,
well, we want the
they
monetization for that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I he actually now on his channel he's actually playing his own games while on webcam, and this dude is in his 60s. The guy who
Oh,
makes these
really?
games, he's really old, and he was talking about how he makes them all himself, and he was like, it was really interesting watching him play the game because he was playing the killer clown game and everything, and he
Maybe he
live
only made the
streaming.
games so he could stream them, and that's why like he's upset that you were stealing his thunder.
No, 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 no. This happened more recently that he started this streaming. He never did it before. But anyway, no, no, no. It's not that because so many other people live stream his games. I think it was the fact that I put his killer clown in the thumbnail and it was like dressed like his killer clown and everything. And so he's like, dude, that is really good marketing. I want that for myself. I think that's all it was. Because my marketing was way better than what he does for his marketing because I put a lot of effort into my thumbnails. I'm not trying to shit on him, but that's what I think it is. I think the guy is really smart, in my opinion. Having watched that stream that he did, and he was really intelligent, and he had people in the live chat saying, "Oh, there's a lot of people saying that you're using AI." And he said, absolutely not. I will never use AI. All of the stuff that I've done is from years of experience working on my own games privately. And he said, nope, he doesn't touch AI. He doesn't use AI. A lot of his he goes out. So if there's like live actors in his games, he goes out to the theater groups and stuff like that in his area, gets some of the actors from that, pays them, and shoots them across against a blue screen. So a lot of it is a lot of work, and I'm just amazed that somebody like that goes through all that effort making all these fabulous games for the most part. Because I played a lot of his games, other games that were really good. I didn't like the Killer Clown one. That's why I didn't stream the rest of it because it didn't do anything for me. I wasn't a big fan of it. The initial concept sure was pretty cool, but it's not my favorite game that PlayStage has done. But he has done some really good games. And you can tell that there's a lot of effort that goes into all these games, and certainly probably a lot of time and money. And then he goes and sells them for $4 on PlayStation Store.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even sell them for like it. I mean, I've never seen them go over $10 for their games. The lowest I've seen them is $1, and the highest I've seen them is $10. And I'm like, how is he making money off of this? I just don't understand. So the next time he goes live, I kind of want to go there and be like, where's the money coming from? Where's your revenue? Because I don't understand. I don't understand how he's answering everybody else's questions. I just don't understand how he's making any money off of this, because he's underselling all of his games.
I don't know.
And they're not like cheap fucking half an hour and the game's done. These games are like the Killer Clown one is like 7 hours long, and he sold it for $4. I just don't understand how he's making anything off of this. It feels like he's not, to me. But anyway, but this is where we're going to end it for tonight, folks. It's 2 hours and 16 minutes. Thank you very much to my guest, StusGameReviews, for tuning in.
Okay, I get it.
My co-host, my guests of honor, StusGameReviews. Please go to his channel tonight at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time.
10:30. It's already 9
He's a lazy bastard. Please go to his channel at 10:30. He's going to be streaming another Monty Mall game on his channel, so check it out at StusGameReviews on YouTube. That's STU, StusGameReviews, not STEW. That's another Stu.
By the way, I don't know.
Yes.
I hate to say this while we're about to finish, but I just read something that says Amazon suggests that IO Interactive might not.
I already know that. So, do you know the backstory behind that?
No, I forget I said it. Let's talk about it offline.
Well, we can quickly bring this up. Because it's not going to be long. So basically, IO Interactive went ahead and made the James Bond game without Amazon's permission. Really? And then the game did really well, and Amazon's like, oh shit, well, I guess let's do it. But then Amazon turned around and said, because IO Interactive was like, well, we're going to work on the sequel, and they're like, no, you're not. So Amazon is taking over for the sequel and doesn't want IO Interactive's help whatsoever.
That sounds really stupid to me.
It's incredibly stupid, but IO Interactive has already stated that they're going to be supporting this James Bond game for the next couple of years. So they're adding new content to the game all the time. So the latest thing that they mentioned is they're adding a story-length DLC, which is going to be free, and it's coming out later this year. At the end of this month, they're releasing a story pack where you play as Bond, obviously, and you're going to be driving around in his Aston Martin a lot more. So the Aston Martin Valhalla. So there is a lot of content coming out for 007 First Light. I did beat the game the other day, finally, 2 nights ago, and I have to say it's one of the best Bond games I've ever played. The ending was amazing. The ending scene was so funny, where I think it was you or somebody brought up when we were streaming it earlier on, and you said, well, how does he come up with the name 007 or whatever? And they mentioned 2 things in that game that I thought were really funny and reminded me of you. One of the first things that's brought up, and it was in one of the streams I already did, where somebody goes, Bond? That's not your real name, is it? And he's like, no, of course not. And I remember you said that something to that regard. You said, there's no way that James Bond is his real name. I remember you saying that at some point.
Well, I said because, like, I was mentioning that Casino Royale movie where they had, like, lots of different James Bonds and whatever else.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I'm surprised, actually, to be honest. I don't, I'm still a bit surprised. But,
I was shocked that they actually did that in the game, that they had him go, that's not my real name, that's just my code name. And then at the ending of the game, when they're having a funeral for a Greenway who dies in the game, M's there and Bond's there, and she goes, okay, so now that all the other agents are either dead in action or just don't want to be involved in MI6 at the moment, your new name is 001. And he turns to her and he goes, "Actually, ma'am, I'd rather it be 007 because that's the name I started out with. And it would be unfair to all the double O's." And she's like, "Oh, I was hoping you'd say that. 7 is my favorite number." And I'm like, "Oh my God, okay." But anyway, that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much to everybody being here for the Paintcast. We're going to end it on our closing music for tonight, and we'll be back very soon for another Paintcast. Again, tune into Stu's Game Reviews tonight at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another Monty Mole game on his channel, and I will be back tomorrow with another stream of some kind. I think what I'll do tomorrow, because you guys all seem interested in it, maybe I'll do the Goblins collection. I'll work on a thumbnail for that later on tonight, and we'll stream that tomorrow. And you can see me pull out my hair, the remainder of my hair, while I stream that. So that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much, everybody, being here for another episode of the Paintcast. Again, really sucks that all of these games are getting shut down by Microsoft and Sony, but I don't know. I'm hoping that in the case of like Annapurna Interactive, like not that long ago, got shut down by Sony, and what's his name from Alan Wake's creator, Sam Lake. He ended up giving Annapurna a ton of money and basically took them out of the hole, and they're back. So, cool. I hope that more other game developers step up and be like, "Whoa, Double Fine! No! We don't want to lose them in the industry," and help them out.
Not everybody has that much money to spend. So.
No, I know, but I that would be great if they did, because I as much as Double Fine hasn't really done much recently, I do not want to see them gone. I think that Tim Schafer is a genius, and I think that he needs some more time to cook, maybe, but I think he can. I don't know. But I'm very upset to see these three companies shut down, because I have their games. I've streamed their games from all three companies, and they've made amazing games. And anybody who says differently, I don't know. I just don't see it. But anyway, that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Thank you once again, and tune in at. Hopefully soon, within the next couple of weeks, we'll have another Paintcast for you, based on, well, whatever we decide to stream. Yeah, that's going to do it. You have anything to say before we go?
No, have a good night, everybody, and check out my channel, Stu's Game Reviews, and we'll see you there.
All right. That's going to do it, guys. Take care.
Bye, everybody.